Okay, welcome to our next game of Pathfinder. It is session number 119, or season 6, episode 11. And they are still on the, I think it's the 17th of the 7th of the year 4710, just confirming that we didn't roll over the day somewhere. Which one are we? We're Pathfinder.
We're Shadow.
It actually should be the 18th of the 7th because they did actually roll over last session. I shall fix that online as well. Okay, joining us tonight for the game at the table is Peter.
Greetings! I'm playing Lord Willie One Kenobi, male human monk of Yangahoth, Dwarven City. Currently feeling pretty shit about having murdered 3 pets and not really knowing how he's going to make it up to the 2 unfortunate owners of said pets.
Well, one of them's not going to know anything for a while. You knocked him clean out.
Yeah, but I had Parry look after him to make sure he was good and do his little fixie stuff on him. But still, my character's feeling really shit about it. Because let's face it, if someone broke into my home and murdered my pets, I'd be really homicidal about it. Just saying.
Well, there's some murdering pets is better than breaking into a home and murdering them.
Well,
yes, but I mean, they're both really bad.
I'm sure there's more to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was, I mean, what's a monster, really? I mean, my only saving grace, really, is the fact that they attacked me first after I knocked one of their masters unconscious.
I'm talking about when we're working and doing the next door neighbour of the judge.
Yeah, I had no problems with what happened in that place, except for our cleric opening the door and letting the law in. That was.
So, amusingly, the only reason the rats attacked you was you KO'd their owner.
Understandable. Absolutely understandable. So, yeah, my character's not feeling great about himself at the moment.
I did think it was funny. One of those how many ways can things go wrong episodes.
Yeah.
Well, see, Gallows working the place next to the place.
What we're saying is that now Will's going to lose his leadership because he's had the how many things can go wrong episode.
Not compared to some people, really, but
not throwing any swift stones.
Yeah. But yeah.
Online today we have Jeremy.
Good evening all. I'm playing Kalingamol, the Gnomish archaeologist, expert in Thassilonian lore, possibly the foremost expert in the world, as far as history is anyway. And certainly the most interesting subject ever. And basically does some random stuff.
He does do some random other stuff, that is correct.
It's some random, maybe.
It's like, what amount of random stuff would you like? All of them.
All of it.
Okay.
A lot of it isn't being used right now because of his session, so we instantly catch up on what he's been doing, and finding out, so the party now is on the challenge for that. What to go wrong without?
Next online today we have is Mark.
Hi, I'm playing Scar, the potential new leader of the group, based on last session. I didn't hurt any rats, I just hurt a ugly monster with tentacles and saved our new cat lady. Cat lady, is it? No, cat man. I don't know.
Cat man.
Yeah, cat thing. Okay.
You probably can't tell with all the fur.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you can use that as an excuse.
That's right. I did not. There's no sign of me killing any rat people. Okay.
I'm sure he likes to be patted either way.
Yeah. May have couldn't saved Andre in time, but hey, look, things happen. So I'm sure Andre understands. So.
Hey, considering you weren't sure where he disappeared to fully, it was really left up to seeing what was going to happen next.
Yep.
Okay, so also online today we have is Ross.
Yes, I am playing as is Andre Mark II.
Or is it technically Mark III?
Yeah. We don't go mention the first one. Yeah, we don't mention the first one. That was a really shitty one. War Priest of Pharasma. I am currently out of it at the moment. And basically currently just wearing second-hand clothes.
Yeah, it could be worse. Next person we have online today is Josh.
Hello, I'm Josh. I play Parry Otter, the buffest wizard known to man and lover of all. Sorry, lover to all. Is probably the best way to say that.
Yes,
I think that does apply.
we all know that Parry has no standards or limits when it comes to what he's willing to love.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so glad that you guys played that after I got called in perfectly the way that I was going to play it.
Well, we wanted you to come back feeling like you still contributed as you would have if you had been there.
Mm-hmm. I was a bit bummed out when I did get called in and missed the entire session as I literally walked out the door, but it is what it is. Work gets in the way sometimes.
Yep, that's right. I should also switch the mic around back to giving you the general mic instead of the one pointing just at me. Where is my voice? There we go. Now it should have switched to the one between Peter and I, so it should pick you up a bit clearer. Okay, I'm not sure there's anything else we need to do except for the recap. Who would like to do the recap for last session, because Josh and Jeremy missed most of it. I can see there's a resounding amount of people saying so.
I can do it.
I'll take that regions here.
Okay.
Go, Joe.
Okay. So after Scar was missing for a little bit, we decided we had to go visit these rat sort of people down thing. I don't know the exact quest for it because I wasn't there at the time. But we decided to go down this thing, a bit of a slippery slope. Somebody fell in the water, and then somehow we got the attention of some tentacle thing. The rest of the party went into another room and met some rat people and rats. These rats seem to know Parry very well and decide to swoon over Parry into the stage where even, flatten Parry's hair one stage, I believe. Unfortunately, due to some unfortunate decisions by Willie, he knocked one. You can reword this if you want. He knocked a particular rat man over and then accidentally, through just a bad roll, hurt some innocent rats. You see what I'm doing here?
So you're skipping over the whole murdered them in cold blood.
I was attacked.
I wasn't there, so I assume it was just an accident, okay? I didn't see it in person. I only got one story from it, okay? So, and then the rat leader came out and decided to drill Willie. Willie just missed out on winning the duel. This is all Willie's words here.
No, I was kicked.
We did kill the little tentacle thing, but unfortunately Andre went down the sewer and met mother tentacle thing, and didn't go as well. And somehow decided to have another talk to his lovely god, and she said, "Oh, not again." And then he came back with no clothes on, and we gave him some clothes, and that's where we got up to after the rat leader won that duel, and that's where we were. How's that sound?
That sounds fairly close.
Okay.
I'm sure you don't need the specifics.
What were we going down to the rat leader for?
I can't remember that because I wasn't there that original session. I think.
Okay.
Some of the townsfolk had identified that what we took to be the cultists of Urgathoa were operating in the sewers, and basically we were coming down to do bad things to them.
That was the beastie they faced.
And we were pointed in this direction by the family of our cat person.
Your extremely successful guide.
Yeah, basically saying that these were some bad people who, ate people and that sort of stuff. So we came to talk to them, and it all went pear-shaped from there because I made it pear-shaped, which was really, really, really bad. So the duel between me and my opponent, what was his name again? I had it written down. Ripclaws is over. He kicked my bottom quite convincingly.
A swashbuckling wearer.
Yeah, and he kicked my ass.
He swash draw buckle.
He did. And currently my character has accepted the loss, bowed to him, and shook his hand, effectively. And I think that's pretty much where we left off, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so coming out of the battle, I will say that at this point, Zathrop manages to join everyone, just trying to make sure I don't have to deal with something. Okay, just have to send Ariadna a message. Come on, that's not what I'm asking. No, that's not what I'm asking either. So I love how they keep changing how my phone works with every update. Because, hey, I really want to have the same action work completely differently after an update. Okay. So, Zathrop has finally caught up to the others after disappearing under a fur pile.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't realise that everyone had left until by the time you pulled yourself out, no one else was there.
Okay.
And you managed just to catch up to them as you see a slightly different looking Andre appear, declaring that he's as is, with no clothes on.
Okay.
When it's the player's joke for a name. So yes, and you do see that Willie has three red lines on him. One on his nose, one on his cheek, and one on his arm.
Willie's normally not actually the guy, so he wasn't it for the cat usually.
He does, but these ones are still
These are
these are fresh red scars.
Right.
As in that it still looks like they're slightly bleeding.
Well, they're each trying to hit point damage, so...
There you are!
Someone can't be healed.
He tried to heal you.
Who did?
I believe Aziz tried to heal you.
You can't be magically healed. I think it has to be healed naturally. Is that correct?
You have no idea.
So what happened when you tried to heal me magically?
It didn't work.
You give it time?
Okay, so it just simply didn't work, or...
Maybe he's lost his faith.
What? I mean...
Your wounds did not heal.
Yes. Is there any more information, or is it just simply it didn't work? And I have no idea why, because I don't know why my spells would stop working, because I've never had anyone discuss it with me ever in the past.
Well, it's the first spell he's cast since coming back. Maybe he's a bit rusty.
So he doesn't keep his knowledge, or...
He's got no memory of his previous activities.
I did cast prestidigitation to clean myself up.
So how does he cast spells if he doesn't know how to cast spells?
He doesn't remember the actions he took. He can still remember his clerical stuff.
So he's got no skills?
He's still got his skills. He just has no memory of how he got those skills.
Okay, but again, the skills would provide knowledge, because that's what skills do. So the current skills he's got don't provide him any knowledge on why his spells would not help me or heal me.
He has no idea why it would not, because he hasn't encountered that before.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and Gerig's Ripper Claw is also present, wielding a silver rapier. Which in itself is normally considered unusual for a lycanthrope to wield one.
Seems perfectly reasonable to me.
Well, amongst other lycanthropes, yes.
Yeah.
And he is tall for a were-rat.
I wouldn't know that, because I don't know how tall where rats are supposed to be.
Most of the other ones around you are about 2/3 his height.
Okay.
So definitely has that bigger than the others look. Maybe he's part dwarf.
Part dwarf.
Stocky. Large.
Ah. Okay.
I slowly walk over to Willie going, "Are you okay, boss?"
Well...
And you go, "No, he killed my pet!"
Except for taking a kick in the morals and a beating on the competency front. Mostly, yeah.
And I look at the, because I would have watched the last half, I believe, of the fight.
I believe you did, yes.
Yeah. I look at towards our rat friend who I forgot the name of because I just can't remember it.
Ripper Claws!
Yep. Him. I just say, "Well fought." I said, "That was very skillful, I noticed."
He's had much practice on a lot less skilled people.
I look at Willie going, What were we doing down here again?
We
I can't remember because I wasn't there.
We were told that these people were eating people, and that we should come and check them out.
I asked the question, have you been eating people?
It depends on your definition of people, he says.
Well, didn't you say previously that the dead had been floating down through the sewers and that you people had been cleaning them up?
Well, we don't really consider floaters people.
Oh, why would you? They're dead.
That's what we're saying. They just asked us if we've been eating people. This says depends on their definition of people.
Well,
But they're expected to be eating meat.
why let it go to waste?
Well, plus the less diseased stuff in the sewers, the less disease is spread.
So it could be argued that you're
Doing a public service.
exactly providing a public duty.
Though I believe someone's just killed our other garbage disposal that gets rid of everything else.
Yeah.
I looked down there. Sorry.
Well, I don't really think. Well, actually, I don't know what happened, so I don't say anything. Well,
And we should introduce Em at this stage. Assuming she's near a microphone.
Yep, sorry, it was just connecting me in space.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, I am playing Jasper, a mystical cat who is very obsessed with the stars. Is somewhat enjoying being back home, remembering why he hasn't been back for a while though.
Mainly because you can't find home every time you come down.
Yeah, that's so. I got a little lost in the sewers, so a member of my family is helping to guide us to the rat, cat, and the tiger in the sewer.
Listen, there's no glowing stars that have been stuck to the roof of your home.
And we've also had Parry doing the comfort of one of the were-rats after watching his beloved pets get brutally murdered for trying to protect the other owner.
I'm a monster.
Yeah, I mean, don't know why he did it, but you know.
I was attacked!
Don't go towards that monster. Come to the lovable Harry.
Just don't let him do the bad touch. So, my character asks what they might be doing in the room where the construction's going on, if he doesn't mind telling me.
Oh, he's more than happy to tell you about that because, hey, it's not only floaters coming down the sewers, there's always extra stuff coming down.
Extra stuff?
Well, people drop all manner of things into the sewers.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And, hey, their own gear doesn't make themselves.
True.
So they have their forge in there, and considering at one stage a gnome made their way down here and helped them build a contraption to work better.
You got a forge? That's impressive. Good job.
Well, it's taken them a while to get things working. And he holds up his rapier and says he made his own rapier.
You made that.
Yes.
These guys just get more and more impressive.
He's had 20 years working on it.
20 years?
Yes.
Wow, that's some dedication. Not wanting to be too intrusive or personal, but you're a were-rat, yes?
Yes.
Were you born a were-rat, or did you become one?
Most of us are.
Born?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And do you have any of your people that were that became?
We have a couple of the cursed, but they're the crazy ones.
Oh.
Anyone who gets cursed generally goes nuts on a full moon.
How do you not go nuts on a full moon?
Well, you generally kill them before then.
What, kill the cursed ones?
Yeah.
Okay, and what if you didn't want to kill them?
Well, then you chain them up, and they probably end up spending maybe a year chained up on every full moon. Maybe two, depending on how stupid they are.
Really?
Unless, of course, you want them to go rampaging, giving you a bad name, and killing every person they come across.
No, that's not a good thing. Okay. Again, thank you for the information.
It's all good. We prefer not to infect people because, hey, the more people who get infected, the more crowded the sewers become.
Fair enough.
One of the few places where being a were-rat is quite useful. So occasionally we send some of our members out as apprentices for the crafts and traders in the city to learn how to build things we need. Currently have 2 learning pottery.
You guys really have your stuff together. You impress me. You impress the hell out of me.
Wouldn't you if you lived beneath a corrupt civilization?
Yeah, very much so. Okay. This is going to sound pretty bad, and I apologise, but
not as bad as killing one of the pets.
that's exactly what I want to talk about. What can I do to make it up? I feel terrible. It was a very, very, very poor mistake on my part. I shouldn't have done it. Even though the rats attacked me, they were only doing so because I knocked one of your people out.
As well, maybe you can find them a new pet.
A new pet?
Mm-hmm.
A new pet?
I'm sure you can think of something unusual for them, though the cat folk over there doesn't count.
Yeah, it's not really unusual down here.
If they can talk, they're not pets.
Okay, a thought goes through my head, and then I completely throw that thought away.
What, ripping someone's tongue out?
Character goes, okay, I'll keep my eyes open. I will keep my eyes open.
But they'll feel that the debt is settled if you can bring them a pet that they will be able to live in here as well. It's the only requirement of a pet. It must be suitable for sewer travel.
Well, yeah.
A rock.
Pet rock, yeah.
He looks at you and says, are you talking about the rock of the bird of unusual size or the rock as in the mineral?
The mineral of unusual
Actually,
size.
Yeah, I think a rock would probably be a bit too big for this place, wouldn't it? Downstairs is big.
Which downstairs, Ross? Because are you talking about memories your character doesn't have access to?
It's easily done.
It's all good. That's why I like to point those things out.
Upstairs is big there.
Yes, but the bird wouldn't fit into the sewers.
Alright. So now I've got to add another thing to my list.
More quests.
Yay! You wouldn't happen to know where there was some people such as us in the sewers. These are people that are probably kidnapping and eating people.
Well, he does say that there are sort of people that have bitey teeth.
Could certainly be.
And they generally smell bad.
Yeah, that certainly sounds like them. They're likely to be running around with undead.
Well, I'm sure they're mostly dead themselves.
Yeah, that's probably them.
Says they occasionally make their way through the sewers and they give them away birth.
You don't know where they come from, or where they generally enter the sewers from?
Well, they enter the sewers through the manholes.
But never sort of two manhole, like one manhole 2 times in a row?
Hard to tell because no one's able to follow them.
What stops you from following them?
Oh, they killed them.
Ah, very antisocial.
Yes. They don't like to share. And most of the bodies they found of their scouts end up completely drained of blood.
Oh, that's not good.
And they only move about at night.
I do ask while listening. Have you noticed in any particular area down here at all? Oh.
The main time they actually notice them is when there is scouts missing. They don't normally notice them until the scouts are missing, literally. They don't hear them coming, they don't see them moving, they just lose people. They avoid all their traps and ambushes that they've laid.
Maybe we should just check one of these sites where the person was missing. Yeah. Maybe the last place that somebody got lost or was missing.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe when we do that, we can find some extra pets for our new friend.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes.
I do the uncomfortable wink when I say that.
He does add the no one dead for pets either.
Oh, of course. It has to be an actual pet.
Yes.
I understand.
Understand. We both say it at the same time. Yeah, understand. No problem. Yeah.
Yes. He says he once had one person bring him a demon as well, so we'd have to say no demons or devils.
Demons, devils, undead. Gotcha.
Yes. Ooze is perfectly fine.
Is it?
Ooze?
Yeah. Most oozes are friendly if you treat them well.
There was a imp that we managed to speak with and interact with fairly reasonably at one point.
Yeah, they're not great pets.
Yeah.
They're all about corrupting you.
Yeah.
Little bits at a time. And quite happy to get you infected with things like lycanthropy. Just to see you go mad. Because you'll wake up having killed all the people you know, because you always seem to hunt those you know best.
Or they're the most conveniently available.
Well, they're also the easiest for you to track, because you know them intimately. Which is why it's considered a curse. He does say the last that they saw was in Rakka's Alley. That was the last area where people had gone missing.
Would it be too much for us to get one of you or your people to escort us there? Unfortunately, I point at the cat.
That's just her, isn't it?
Yeah, really poor sense of direction.
No, she's got a great sense of direction. She can always find the furthest spot from where you're going every time, given the chance.
Yes, we found that.
She's got a talent, or he's got a talent for it. He can literally find a trap in the middle of a field where there's only just one trap. Just her will find it.
Yes. Yes.
What, by activating the trap?
Literally.
Yeah. Or if there's an ooze, steps on the ooze.
So amongst our people, he has the wonderful reputation of don't step where he steps.
You wonder why he wanted to climb back up on your shoulder?
Yes.
Because that guaranteed he wouldn't get caught in a trap.
And if there's a creature going to attack, it normally attacks Jasper first.
Yeah, that's when I piss them off by disorientating them and going, that guy pissed me off.
You see Scar go, oh, that sounds right.
How would you beckon or convince a slime to come with you?
Some of them are intelligent, converse with it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Some of them are smarter than humans, he knows.
Yes, I can believe that. Yeah. Okay.
I would just tap them on the shoulder and say, I've got this, don't worry.
Okay, buddy.
And he would recommend keeping Perry away from the from Anus because Perry's likely to, make a connection that he can't undo.
I can believe that. Parry makes connections all over the place.
You hear the big jaw boys all laugh and start up.
You wouldn't want to go into this room with the blue light, would you? Jeez.
Don't go to the door with the fog.
Hey, don't worry. Willie still has inherited the diary of Parry.
Yeah, I've still got a copy of. I've still got one of his diaries.
You probably got two now. The one from Doozer as well.
Oh, Doozer had one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I've got two. That's awesome. Excellent. Okay. Well, again, I'll apologise to. Assuming the one that I knocked unconscious is back awake.
He's awake and groggy.
I apologise for hitting him and knocking him unconscious. And the death of his 3 pets.
My pets are dead! No!
I'll try to make it up to you, but I don't know. Yeah.
To try to calm the situation down, Scar does offer a hug to this previous unconscious rat person.
Okay, he accepts and grabs Parry in a hug.
I do it for now.
I feel loved.
Well, they have all the pictures of Parry in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
They do show you the Parry gallery.
On the way out, can I just whisper to the rat man to say, hey,
That's
I'll get you a signed picture later on.
Well, all the pictures are signed, they say.
Are they all signed? Oh, okay. Well, I thought I was going to get a special deal here. I'm trying to sue the issues out here. But if it's already been signed, I can't do much about it. So.
And they've been made by various artists over the years. Some of them quite famous. And hard to tell if it is the current Parry or one of his ancestors or siblings.
They all look the same.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they all look very similar.
So Parry's got to stay right at the back of the party, away from any users.
Well,
And
I guess that happens when you
converse with
interbreed
rat
that
people,
much.
get him at the front. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And when the parents reincarnate.
Mm.
No one knows what they started out as.
Started as oozes.
His family tree looks more like just a single branch.
And he may have
There's no
hundreds
single
of...
branch about the Hotter family.
No, it's probably a circle.
Actually, yeah.
Or just a flat line.
Yeah.
How many kids have they had? Do you really want to count? Are we talking about how many kids has this form had, or how many kids has that person had?
Yeah, as a total.
Isn't it nice to have backstories where your family do really weird things?
Yes. Especially when it's Parry.
Okay, so yes, they do lead you to an alley. They say that this alley has an unusual number of bodies.
An unusual number of bodies.
Yes.
Does that mean an unusual number of bodies just lying around?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. They see dead people here all the time.
So the bodies are still here?
Yes.
Okay.
Or new ones show up, hard to tell.
Okay. Person who used to be Andre?
Is there any lingering spirits?
He says, I don't believe there's any drinks around here, no.
When we get...
No.
They may have been drunk before they died. Does that count, he asks?
No. I wasn't asking that. I was actually going to be looking.
So when we get there...
Oh, we haven't arrived there yet. What?
No, he's still telling us about it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I thought we just...
So, I'm assuming that you're going to want to go to a Church of Pharasma and get your stuff. Because currently you've got no armour.
That would be advantageous.
Alright. So, if we were... And I look at Jesper... If we were to find the alley on the surface, would you be able to bring us back to that alley? Or are you just absolutely incompetent in finding your way around this place?
As long as I can see the stars, we'll find a way.
I got the impression that she would make the perfect guide when you're underground. Because every time you want to go left, go right.
Yeah, so that makes
Or vice
sense.
versa.
Okay. So yes, if you could take us close to the alley.
He can get you close to the alley.
Because we're going to need to re-equip one of our team on the off chance that something bad happens when we get to the alley.
Okay, so...
Also,
mhm.
if possible, at some future point, I'd like to come back and duel you again.
He's more than happy to duel you whenever you wish.
I think I've got a lot I can learn from you.
Yes. You do remind him of one of his colleagues, Junk Punch.
Yeah.
There it
I knew he was going to say that.
He used to travel with him in his early life.
Yeah. I still got to do some things for Junk Punch. But yes.
Oh, so are you learning from him too?
Not yet. Soon. Hopefully.
Yes, he taught Junk Punch a few of his moves.
Yeah.
He really liked that being smaller than most people, you always went for the tender bits.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Jump Punch learned from this guy, why don't you get tutelage from him?
From who?
From
Ripperclaw.
I will.
Yeah.
Junk Punch's technique is closer to what I do as opposed to Ripperclaw.
Well, he does point out that Junk Punch likes to hit, whereas Ripperclaw likes to rip.
Yeah. Well, I like both.
He went for the ripper version of it, whereas Junk Punch went for the squishing version.
Yeah. I like both.
Well, from what I've seen of your fighting so far, you seem to like the claws.
No, when I was fighting him, I was using closed hands.
Mm.
Well, when you're fighting the other monster, you use...
What other monster? What other
Did we
monster?
fight something else?
You fought something else. You fought the Otterloo.
No, didn't you slash me or try to slash the ooze as well?
No. Oh,
Okay, well.
The poo-poos,
Yeah,
yes.
the poo-poos.
Yeah. Pretty sure you did the poo-poos.
Well, that was more a stomp than a... But yeah, same. Yeah.
And hey, what's
Well,
more
yeah,
appropriate for
same thing
a
for cat, right?
what's more appropriate for a sewer than a ooze made out of poop?
Yeah.
A poop column.
I can arrange one of those too.
Sorry, again.
Or even a poop mimic. I'm sure you'd love a poop mimic.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure Jasper, like, if you say that, poop music, Jasper will, like, hackles raise, like, like, voice of the monsters.
So, get me Ali, get way out, get gear for Andre, or, the new guy, and come back down, and make sure Harry stays next to Jasper so they two can come together. Is that alright?
So yeah, we'll travel to close to where the alley is, make sure we know where it is, confirm with Jasper that she can find this place, or he can find this place again. Yeah? Yeah?
As I said, if I can see the stars, we will find a way. Just you.
Giraz just shakes his head and going, just tap this sequence into the wall of the sewers and one of the people will come looking for you. He shows you a code to tap.
Thank you.
Because hey, if you rely on Jasper, you'll just get lost.
I offer this back up in case Jasper doesn't work. I'm totally.
Then we'll find our way to the Church of Pharasma, pick up some gear for the character, the person formerly known as Andre.
Okay, so the sewer section that you come out of does actually have a sign that points to Rakka's Alley.
Oh, that'll make life easier.
So if you follow the street signs, you'll be able to find your way back here fairly easily.
Awesome.
Just look at the stars and marvels.
Yes.
Take note of the constellation where they are. Right now.
As everyone else looks up, they can't see anything but clouds and sky. Well, I'm sure Jasper can see more than everyone else. They're just those cat eyes.
Yeah.
What was that, Mark?
Now, was Fang stuck at the temple, or was Fang with me the whole time?
Fang did not come down into the sewers because there was no way Fang wanted to go down into that poop-infested place.
Cool, just want to double check, because I just want to make sure Fang is not classified as a pet for somebody else right now. Okay, gotcha, yep.
Yeah, we'll keep the cat. That sounds great.
Fang's not a pet, but giants are now.
Yeah, Fang is a pet. Fang is also a smart pet that knows when not to go do stupid things. So, yeah.
Other than eating
Look,
people.
You eat one person, you get a reputation. I said, to me, it's just...
That's okay. Fang didn't eat one person.
You eat multiple people, yes, so right. I should classify that next time. Okay.
I'm sure Fang fits the serial killer level of murder in one day.
Well, these people already had problems, so it just helped even out the society of people with issues. That's why I look at it that way. Okay.
Well, you thinned out the veterans of the city, so there's less the city has to pay for. I'm sure people will thank you for that.
There's a benefit to everything.
It won't be the veterans, but someone, I'm sure.
Well, that person had only one good leg, now he has no good legs, that kind of stuff. He had two good arms, now he has no arms, It's just making the whole kind of hostile area there was just a bit more easy to run, that's all. So, not everyone's thought the same way Scar did, but yeah. That's all right, I just thought to double check where Fang was, that's all. So, yeah.
I believe you left Fang with Giant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That could be good or bad. I don't know yet. We'll see.
So far, Fang hasn't tried to kill Giant, and Giant hasn't tried to kill Fang.
No, it's more that them together at the same time.
Together they've got to kill a lot of things.
It's not them against each other. It's them together that worries me, Martin. Okay, so just put it out there. No offense to your previous character, Em, but I'm just saying that Giant had a reputation of causing problems. With my
no, he didn't. That's a lie.
Hey, it's nothing like... And Giant is nothing like Chocobo in the alternate Friday game.
Yeah, I think you might be confusing giant and chocobo.
Look at
Chocobo is a menace of the party.
Look at this way. Fang hasn't even got anywhere near the kill count of Chocobo.
That's okay. I just want to point out that I might have not. We'll see how things go. We'll just let the
I think I'd be more worried about your weight count or whatever it is.
It's a simple, gentle panther. Okay. Nothing on the panthers. They're for gentle cats. Okay. Like you are. You're a gentle cat. They're there for the same thing. See, Jasper should not have an issue with this whole situation.
And neither of these pets are murder hobos.
No. All they do great things for society.
The reference to that is Chocobo is a murder hobo.
Yes.
And one stage became a
not only
subtitle
that, but he
murder
got
hobo.
trained to be murder hobo, which is just hilarious. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, don't worry. I'm sure.
Sadistic cleric.
I'm sure I'll have a version of Chocobo appear in the story somewhere.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all.
Well, it's always good to have foreshadowing. I'm not sure how many sessions in advance, but hey. Okay, so yes, you make it up and back to the Korvosan Tower, of the Korvosan Guard Tower, and manage to get a place to rest. Because it has been a long day already.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Longer for some of you.
Well, where's the Temple of Pharasma from here?
It is not far from the Korvosan Guard Tower.
Okay. Well, if it's likely to take them, the Temple of Pharasma, to at some time to get together equipment for you, person who used to be Andre, then perhaps we should at least make a quick stop in there to let them know, so that after we've rested we can just come here and pick up the gear straight away, rather than have to wait for them to collect it up, ready for you to pick up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But, shouldn't be too long.
Well, what, they've just got... What kind of armour do you wear?
Me, it's just leather.
Oh, yeah, that should
Heavy leather or hide.
So, leather, what kind of weapon?
Daggers.
So, no halberd.
Halberd would be nice, but that one will probably have to take a little while. Mostly daggers.
Okay, alright. In that case, yeah, you're right. It shouldn't take too long, so we'll rest and then head out. Head over there. For some reason I had an idea that you were wearing, like, plate armour or something like that.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why, but that's what I had in my head.
Okay, so they're going to take you to the Grand Temple of Pharasma.
The Grand Temple of Pharasma.
Yep, it is one of the biggest temples in the region.
Okay. When you see your people, person who used to be Andre, can you make sure to get yourself a holy symbol so I can get that?
Grand Cathedral is the actual name.
So I can get that loaner back from you.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Okay, so yes, they do recognize Andre on sight. Apparently, they realize that he will die many times in service.
Empathy, my brother. Empathy.
And apparently they already have a new robe and pack for him, having been informed of his latest death.
Excellent.
They don't say how many times he's died so far because, hey, they don't like to talk about the dead in that way.
What was it? Andre 17?
It would be worse if you got the memories of every death.
Yes. I can imagine going nuts if that was the case.
Especially because you'd remember dying.
Yeah.
Unlike in the movie where he shouldn't remember dying, because his memory was saved before the death.
There'd be some horrible shit that you'd remember, unfortunately.
Well, if they uploaded you after death, yes.
Mm.
But they always uploaded him on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
So he'd know he went off and did things, but he wouldn't remember doing it. Has its advantages.
Yep.
Okay, so yes, is there anything else you wish to request of the Pharasmians?
Can I suggest that really maybe some holy water?
Sure.
Undead? Yeah.
We're going up against some cultists of Korvosa. There's potential for undead shortly, so any holy water that you could spare would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, they give, as is a bandolier of vials. Because he's their servant, so
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
if he doesn't use it, they'll reuse it elsewhere. But adventurers don't get everything unless they pay. Just gonna put my coffee on. Is this working? So does anyone else wish to request anything from the Pharasmians?
All I want to do is say hi to Fang and then leave. That's all.
If
That's
they,
just looking at you.
Do I also get another holy icon? Or I should say a holy emblem?
you will have one with your backpack.
Ah, okay, cool.
You also have change of clothes, basic gear.
Yeah.
And what did Jeremy want to say?
If that's what was just saying, looking around curiously, but I think he can.
Well, the Pharasmian Cathedral is in the boneyard area of Korvosa with all their grave sites.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely worthwhile moving through.
Okay, so you're managing to get a kit for Andre, and you can make it back to Closing Guard, where you can rest up to make it back to the alley for night, because that's when they said the bad people arrive.
Yep. Sounds like a plan.
So that will be a good chance for your wizards to sort out any new spells.
New spells.
Well, if you're going to rest for long enough, you can prepare a different set of spells.
Sure.
I also wouldn't mind having a chat with probably Aziz and Parry. Just, what do you know about lycanthropy?
What do I know about lycanthropy?
Yes. Remember back when we were having those battles at the inn?
Yep.
The werewolf that gave me that Titan heart.
Yep.
I was challenged, I guess, to acquire lycanthropy, control it, and yeah, basically that was his part of the challenge, and my reward was effectively the heart. So what do you know about lycanthropy?
What would you like to know of? Because I can go down the some religious side of it, or the occultist side of it.
Well, as I said, I want to know what impact it'll have on me. I've got were-tiger that appears happy to give me a nibble and inflict the curse on me. So
Jasper is slightly offended that you didn't ask the only other furry in the party.
What the hell do you know about lycanthropy, Catman? If the wizard doesn't know it, it's unlikely that you're going to know it.
To be fair, I'm sure Perry will like and can try any throttles.
I'll throttle your topple, he says.
The throttle.
I'm sure Parry's descriptions of what he knows of lycanthropy will give you nightmares for years to come.
As long as I go in eyes wide open.
It's not the only thing that'll be okay.
They're teddy bears that can cut your back.
I heard that, Josh, by the way.
I'm glad someone picked it up.
I don't know if anyone else did, but yeah.
I did only because I heard it in real life.
Well, I sort of hinted that, and I was glad Parry literally stated it.
Yeah.
Can I take Zarthrop aside? We're doing all this individual chatting kind of thing.
I'm sure you can. He's not very hard to pick up.
No.
And he's just wandering very aimlessly now, so...
Hey,
Well, I can chat.
hey, what's your experience with undead things?
Well, I mean, we met a few when we were down in the Thassilonian Undermountain for it. But hey, did I tell you about the architecture that was on that mountain? It was actually really quite good.
No, you haven't. Surprisingly, you get Sky very interested in what you're talking about for some reason. So,
But yes.
yeah, no.
But yes, quickly he sidetracks from the conversation you were looking for and gives you full and detailed information about all the architecture that was in underneath that Thassilonian tomb that you spent in your way through with him.
Usually Sky would walk off within 30 seconds and listens for at least 10 minutes because he's having a relaxing time.
Oh no, it looks like Sky has become a doppelganger.
Yeah.
Sky as official QIC, I must listen to other party members and learn. I'm not sure yet.
Because I thought we were perfectly happy with doppelganger and he's having a chat anyway.
Martin, just a quick question.
Yep.
Parry in his very long book of knowledge would probably have something on lycanthropy. However, just off the top of my head, I can't quite do that. Is it possible to do a knowledge roll for me, please?
Yep.
Or would it, I mean, to be honest, I could choose a lot of stuff.
It probably depends on what you're trying to do.
I'll start off with Arcana in terms of magical beings.
No, I think occultism would suit it better.
Occultism? Okay, I'll do occultism. That one. Is
I
this...
was about to say, that would be occultism, and I'm happy to help Jasper, the astrological witch.
In most
Oh,
cases,
you lost Pat, okay.
in most cases, it is based on society, because any humanoid is society.
Sorry, society? Right, sorry.
That's in most cases a society, but what you're being asked specifically falls under occultism.
Okay, sorry. That is a 33.
You have a detailed understanding of the curse of lycanthropy, where the person has to gain back their humanity after they become cursed. They never. When they first succumb to the curse, they lose their humanity for a time when they shift.
So, yeah.
And the reason that they pick their loved ones as their targets is because it's part of the curse. It literally is. The curse makes them desire those they know best.
Ooh. Okay, so I will turn to... Oh, sorry, I'm talking to Willie and say... It's a rough road down lycanthropy. Everything in my understanding is that to reverse lycanthropy you will need to seek out your own humanity, and there may be a compulsion towards spreading the curse to loved ones.
Oh, it's less a compulsion. It's more that the way they get back their sanity is by drinking the heart blood of their family members.
Yeah.
Because it is a curse, not a blessing.
So the only way to get back your humanity and not to run around murdering people willy-nilly is to drink the heart blood of your loved ones.
Mm-hmm. That's the quick way.
And what's the slow way?
The equivalent of tied up over every moon, denied kills until your lycanthropic form goes mad.
Willie will know what it will feel like to be blue-balled.
Of course, the definition of sanity that you return to might be a bit skewed after drinking the heart blood of your family and closest loved ones.
The other thing you know is you can gain lycanthropy as a blessing instead of a curse, in which case you don't actually go through the insanity.
And how do you get it as a blessing? And who does the blessing come from?
Can I go for that one? With using religion?
You could.
That's a 22.
You're not exactly sure because that falls outside your understanding.
Yeah.
It's not something Pharasma would approve of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So,
going to make another occultism roll.
It's okay, I can give it to Perry on the roll he made already,
Okay.
because you did roll well. You would expect that the one person who would grant it would be Lamastu as a blessing.
Of course it's Lamastu.
And you're wondering why I gave it to you free.
Yeah, that's fair because we've had party members previous who have worshipped Lamastu.
So yes,
Everybody
mate.
now knows if you want to worship Lamastu, they'll happily give it to you as a blessing.
Sounds like a plan.
She's the mother of monsters after all.
Sounds like a plan.
so who is against MS2?
Well, not Pharasma for a start.
It's Pinnacle favourite religion.
I know, right? They're best mates.
Yep. Really, we should go to Pimlico's Temple ask about, all this. Pimlico would know every single detail.
The enemies of Lamastu are Abadar, Asmodeus, Desna, Iamadi, Rothergard, Sarenrae, and Tsuruyo.
So most of the, or most if not all the good gods.
Pretty much. Pharasma doesn't go against her.
No. So there'd be no one in the party that'd have a problem, right?
Nope.
Not well. Sorry, Pyro will say no.
Doesn't have a lot of relationship.
As Perry basically closes up his dusty encyclopedia, go.
What the hell?
Though it does mean that you may get your wife offside, as she does follow Asmodeus as part of her belief system.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's the only negative in your.
My character has absolutely no intent in following that particular path.
You sure?
Yes, I'm absolutely sure.
I'm sure you can successfully do it.
Oh, maybe, but I'll never know. Because there's no way I'm taking even 1 foot down that path. No chance. Oh, well. Okay. Well, thank you muchly, Parry, for your advice.
Well, I'm wondering if Scar will do it 3 for 3 for Mark.
No, it's Grom. You know what I have for like. It's okay.
I was just finding it funny that in 2 different conversations we're talking about undead and lycanthropy.
Alright. Okay.
Okay, so yes. You're able to rest at the Korvosa guardhouse in preparation for your night's activities.
If it's not too late,
Mm-hmm.
can I have a quick chat with someone of knowledge in the Church of Pharasma?
Mm-hmm.
Do they know anything about Titans and where they might be found in the world?
They do say that most Titans are very rare.
Yes. I imagine they would be.
And that anything that earns the title Titan is fairly unique.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm talking about a great big giant type creature that is powerful.
They say the Kraken is a Titan.
Yeah, I'm talking... I'm pretty sure I'm talking about a humanoid.
There are humanoids that fit the term Titan. But Titan is a title for a creature of unusual power. It's normally a god-blessed creature.
Okay.
Can they be maybe on par with an avatar?
What was that, Ross?
Can they be on par with an avatar?
An avatar is the emissary of a god. A Titan is generally an offspring or a champion.
Oh, okay. So they're basically a tier down.
Not necessarily a tear down. Some Titans can end up with more power than the god that birthed them.
Okay. It sounds like Willie is either on a power craze or a death quest.
Why can't it be both?
They do say that if someone was to eat the heart of a Titan, they may gain the powers of a god.
Okay, and how would you go about doing something like that? Barring the fact that you'd actually have to get it in the first place. Which I can't imagine would be particularly easy.
Titan hearts are more common than Titans.
Actually, I can see that. But how would you go about eating one? I mean, one bite at a time?
Assuming that that's how you consume it, because consuming it may be something as simple as touching or activating with some sort of magic, or depending on the Titan itself, it could be standing with it in moonlight. Each way of gaining the power of the heart is based on the Titan it came from.
So, potentially, you may have to actually eat it.
Potentially.
Okay.
And in some cases, you take a piece of its heart and put it in your heart.
Yeah, okay. And how would you determine which of these methods was the appropriate one?
Trial and error.
Lots of error, not so much trial, I imagine.
Well, most people die in the attempt.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, if you succeed, you basically get removed from Pharasma's kill list.
What do you mean?
She's not allowed to claim a Titan. You gain the title of Titan in her list.
Okay. So would Pharasma be interested in obtaining these hearts?
She has no desire for the hearts, or those that manage to successfully activate them.
So who would have interest in these things?
The god dedicated to the heart. You belong to them.
So which god would that be?
Each heart has its own god. There were rumors around of 3 great cats that are titans of a new god.
Good to hear the cats are finally getting their due. Okay. Well, thank you actually for your help. You've been disappointing, but helpful.
He laughs and says he sees much in your future.
Yes, a lot of error is what I see in my future.
Well, currently, Pharasma's books are open concerning your fate.
Excuse me.
Is that good or bad?
Normally, you have a predetermined death date. Yours is open-ended.
Yes.
Even states that you have died already multiple times. But your final date of death remains elusive.
Well, thank Pharasma for me when you see her next.
I will send her my prayers. Though, if you do see Perry's parents, Pharasma would like a word with them.
I'll let them know if I see them.
Well, they're at the top of her list.
Oh, really?
Yes. So you will be granted a major boon from Pharasma if you can send them her way.
I promise nothing. But, yeah, I promise nothing. But, yes, thank you for your help. Okay, sorry for the delay, people.
Oh no, it's quite easy wandering through the way up.
Crap.
I actually like history from Southwark. I think I deserve an intelligence point for that.
What's your intelligence currently?
I think 0. Or plus 0. Pretty sure it's hang on. No, I have +1. There you go. I'm just surprised.
So you've already given yourself a point. You must have thought ahead.
Hey, I've unleashed the beast of mind. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you have you have found your way back to Racker's Alley. And you can actually see from the street itself that there's dead piled up in there, like logs.
Okay.
This should remind you of home.
Who are you talking to?
Who does this remind Jasper of home?
Sorry, I was speaking as a player rather than the character. Not just speak up.
Which player's character do you believe it reminds them of home of?
No, probably Parry, given what I've seen so far.
I don't think Parry has the dead lying around.
No.
Hey, listen. My dead are swiftly cleaned up and made into something else.
Like soup. Or pies.
Oh, pies, exactly.
Should be
Broth
fine.
and pies, broth and pies.
And I'm sure they're made by Mrs. Tweedy.
Mm-hmm. Ah, reminds me of home. Says Jasper.
And what's surprising is they're stacked at least 4 deep.
And how high?
Well, 4.
So 4 high.
Mm-hmm.
And,
And as you're looking there, it goes right into the alleyway, stacked like that.
dude, don't these people have law enforcement or anything like that?
Well, last time you were here, you couldn't see them from the alley entrance.
Oh wow, so there's been significant number added to the list.
Just in the last couple of hours.
Dude. Are they undead? Person who used to be Andre?
Yes, Andre, you see dead people.
Yeah.
Are they undead?
Not moving.
Us is light.
Yeah. Can we actually see what is the cause of death on the Korvosa ones? Is it actually been the plague or what?
Okay, give me a medicine check.
He walked up to them and starts checking him out. So you've just walked up to them.
Cautiously. I don't want to catch anything.
Can you not do it from here? Like, can you not tell if they're undead or not?
I'm sure he tiptoes up to them so they don't know he's coming.
I thought you were someone of Pharasma. Can you not tell if they're dead or undead? I thought you could.
Scar's got an idea.
If they're actually hiding underneath the bodies, it'll probably be a little bit harder.
That's okay, but from what you can see from here, are they undead? Yes or no?
Martin, with my ability to see dead things and that, is there a difference between seeing a normal dead person and a undead?
Okay, so, do you know what page that ability's on? Because you should have that handy.
You could just throw Jasper in the middle of them and see what happens. Is that too much? Too soon? No?
Well, you know that he'd land on his feet at least.
Yeah, but the other option was to throw a torch in there, and
See what happens.
if they don't move, then you burn, then they're all dead.
Doesn't our wizard have fireball?
I'm sure he does have fireball.
Yeah, I'm thinking something which doesn't rely a lot of energy. But
Oh, so you're dead.
Parry perks up to the word fireball. Does someone call fireball?
Advanced Player's Guide 225. That's the Spirit Sense.
So, Advanced Player's Guide 225. So, is there a reason you didn't take it from the Player's Core 2 like the others?
No, I'm just going off the what's in the app, Pathfinder 2, the second edition.
So, you're talking about the spell Spirit Sense.
Well, it's Seer of Dead. You gain one ability boost. It must be that's a law, I think. You train in religion, blah blah blah. You gain the effects of Spirit Sense spell. And it's on all the time.
Yes, but I was wondering what was the ability that gave it to you, that was all.
Oh yeah, Seer of Dead. Able to see and speak with the departed. Excuse me.
You see no haunt or spirits in the area.
Okay. Excuse me.
And amusingly, the ability you've got is the equivalent of a 6th level spell, so that's why I'm wondering if there is something wrong with it. Because that is a 12th level character ability.
That's nice.
Whoa!
That's actually an on-roll or on-roll violence power. That's a simple spell.
For it to be on until you prepare spells again is the equivalent of a 12th level character ability.
Well, the thing is, they also treat it as a curse as well.
Nice.
That's why I was asking about it, about where the source came from. Which book did the actual original ability come from?
SOM.
So one of the splat books I don't have, which
Oh, okay.
SOM. What can I say?
Secrets of Magic, I believe. Because I did say you can't use books I don't actually have available.
Secrets of Magic.
Yeah. It's the unfortunate thing of so many splat books being referenced on a path builder.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it doesn't have the Pokemon options on this one yet.
Pokemon options?
Yeah, you know the one that you're showing on.
Yeah, Eldamon. Eldamon probably won't ever go on the path builder as the fact that it is only released last year.
Yeah.
And it's not that you'd have to basically get the file to load into Path Builder. You would not get it downloaded.
Okay.
Okay, so
it's no help.
Does not help you in this case because it only deals with spirits and haunts.
Cool.
Mainly a haunt detector, which means that he can never avoid haunts.
That would have.
That's the curse.
That would have come in handy a lot of
Well, the
times.
thing is that they also know that I know that they're there.
That's what I said. That means you can never avoid a haunt. You're always having the haunt encounter whenever on Aziz is around now.
They know that I know that they know that I know.
Does sound like one of those comic versions of Who Knows Who.
Alright, well, I guess
Scars over?
combat.
What's Scar's idea? Going in and poking the bodies?
No, you get a torch, throw it in the middle, see if anyone moves.
In the middle of the alleyway, in the middle of the bodies, in the middle of the circle of friends around you.
So we've got a bunch of bodies there. I throw a big torch in there. If anyone moves, then they're undead.
And you have a torch in your backpack.
In my adventure backpack, yeah.
Hopefully not a lit torch in your backpack.
Got a 23 thing. What?
I'm going to have to say you're rolling with disadvantage in this case as someone's throwing a flaming torch in your direction.
I drop into Tiger style. Why not?
So Ross, you get that check with disadvantage. So make a second roll and see if it's better or worse.
It was better.
Oh well, there's always what could have been. As a flaming torch goes past your head.
Watch out there, person forming owners.
So Scar gets to make a ranged attack roll.
Oh, are we throwing flame stuff?
Yep.
Ooh, that could have fun.
I hear the gnomes squeaking, so I'm going to actually, after I have a quick examination, I am going to dodge away.
Well, everyone gets to do an action because, hey, we've got Scar throwing. Looks like Suthrop may be throwing, but he's at least talking about it.
But I say, when it comes into this situation, to think is to act.
So 24, man.
24, yes, you do throw your flaming brand into the ground next to As Is. As Zarthrop talks and acts, what does Zarthrop do?
I've caused dysfunction in the party, sorry guys.
Where am I?
I'm just happy you didn't throw oil first.
I'm sure the oil's coming with Zarthrop.
Zarthrop throws the oil at the same time, effectively.
Why have I got this feeling that I'm going to be seeing Brasma quite soon?
Probably because there's just this burning itch coming.
Right. Alchemical bomb. How far away are they?
Probably about 20 feet away at the most.
Okay, so no modifier. So that would be AC 29.
Okay, you managed to land it right on the burning torch.
Okay.
Sorry, Ross.
So doing 11 points of fire damage and 5 persistent.
On everything in range?
Sorry, plus... Oh, no, sorry. 11 points of fire damage plus 2 persistent and 5 points of splash damage to everything in 5 feet of it.
Okay, so As Is takes 5 points of fire damage. As the stuff he was looking at starts to burn. As it's all caught on fire around him. Just as he was starting to look. What does Jasper do? As Willie seems to be shaking his head.
I mean, we've created a fantastic distraction. Maybe we should go do something else now.
Do you check the stars for a sign?
Go check the stars for a sign. Is it time to go?
Give me a perception roll.
Perception. Could I use more astrology?
Sure.
$27.
Okay, so one of the inner planets is crossing one of the outer planets in the sky.
So I thought we use a free action to talk to Scar and say, hey, good plan to kill to burn the dead bodies. This is the plague. Well done.
And then we move over to Parry with the, well, everyone else has used fire. What's Parry going to do?
Harry's gonna walk out.
Is he going to be the sensible one?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I literally look at Willie's disappointed face of this torch being lobbed. I'm just like, well, that was something, and then just walk out.
Okay, so. And
Very
how,
much unnecessary.
what does Willie do?
But in the bodies will not prevent the spread of plague. So it's a very good plan.
Yeah, I agree with Zarthrop 100% here. So.
I believe there's a face palm involved.
Could you
Then I
people
look back at
stop
Willie, look
fucking
at
around,
Willie
please?
and Scar, and then I go, oh, sorry. Yeah.
So far we have, well, a great big fucking burning, stinking fucking fire that any enemies are now likely to have seen, or smelt even. We've injured ourselves, because aren't we fucking smart? What in the fuck? Really? Seriously, the fuck, man?
Stopping this plague.
We can do that at any time. It does not have to be now. It could be in the morning. We do not have to be telling our enemies that we are here. The fuck are you doing?
While he's berating the gnome, can I cast Rousing Splash on myself and put out this bloody fire?
That's not persistent on you.
There is no.
It also gives me.
There is no fire current. Trying to say there is no current ongoing fire on you.
Oh, okay. Because I thought the splash gives me.
Only on the target.
It was only time to get the persistent damage.
I'm assuming nothing's jumped up and gone. Okay.
Well, with concentrate,
Yep.
that will piss off any undead in there, correct?
You want to cast consecrate?
No. The oh no, it actually says concentrate, not concentrate. Yeah. Okay. No. So if there is a fire, I'll cast Rousing Splash on it.
Is that a cantrip?
Yeah, it's cantrip.
Couldn't you also just use prestidigitation? Because prestidigitation allows you to start or extinguish small fires as well, right?
I don't think it's a small fire.
Or control flames, right? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I thought it said, yeah. That's constant.
Oh, okay. See if Rousing Splash will do that for you.
Yeah, but it says allied dead. Yeah, I might not be able to do it. Unless I'm actually standing over the fire. Or will I have to see if I can do prestidigitation and try to put it out, which I don't think it would work.
So which book is Rousing Splash in? It's not. Doesn't seem to be.
What's ROE?
Again, you've gone for another splat book, Ross.
Okay, I need to go through all this crap.
Yeah, I keep asking about making sure people are not taking it from all the splat books.
Remember, when you're using those app type things, you can normally keep what books you can select from.
Yeah,
And I'll default to everything, so you got all the rules you
I
have.
didn't default for everything, but let's see where the books.
You should be really sticking to player core 1 and 2.
Yeah, Rousing Splash only kind of removes persistent fire damage of yourself. It doesn't actually take fire out. So
Yeah.
I agree with him that just whatever Emma said, that keyword.
Prestidigitation, but I don't think
Yeah.
that really.
You're probably not talking about a particularly huge fire, because you're talking about a chemical bomb that has a persistent 2.
I don't know.
Considering the fact that the things are already dead and therefore can't take hit point damage, the actual burn is probably fairly small.
Okay.
And it no longer falls under prestidigitation, because prestidigitation only does one of 4 options: cook, lift, make, or tidy.
Yeah, no, sorry. I think I was getting confused with the D&D version of prestidigitation.
I believe you have.
Yeah.
Prestidigitation is a lot more limited now.
Yeah, sorry, my bad, sorry.
That's why I have to look these things up to make sure.
Yeah.
You know, Josh told me that he was on mute.
And you also hear the fire alarm bell being rung nearby.
I give a look of, I'm sorry,
Oh.
I'm sorry.
In fact, so I just realised looking at it, there's actually no resistant damage at all. I confused you between the alchemical bomb of the fire versus a versatile firebomb.
Mm-hmm. So I believe the magical item version of the alchemical bomb does persistent damage, but the versatile one that you can create on the day does not. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah. So, yeah, apologies.
Okay, so yes. You have started a fire alert. As you see people start coming out of the buildings nearby.
Yay. Aziz.
Aziz is slightly singed and wasn't able to get an investigation before things got burnt.
Can you continue your investigation, please?
I'll put out any of the smouldering, any of the fire.
What'd you put it out with?
Well, one of my flasks of water. Not the holy water, because if I'm going to do holy water, I will start doing a prayer, but I'm doing them.
Okay, so you start spraying the dead with water.
Yeah.
Can anyone track? Does anyone have any of that sort of ability?
And you got people rocking up with buckets.
I actually do, yeah.
Could you have a look around as best you can to see what evidence may or may not be available that hasn't been burnt or washed away by the bucket brigade?
I feel guilt, but I'll try to do that, yeah.
Thank you.
That's right.
Okay.
I'll do a survival check now, is that okay?
You can do a survival check.
Yeah.
Are you trained in survival?
Yes,
I have to ask that question at least.
I'm expert in survival, actually. Yeah.
Nice. Well, you can't attempt the check unless you're trained. Untrained person can't track.
26.
26. Having a look around, you can't see anything except for what looks like cart tracks in the alley entrance. But of course, that's now covered in footprints and
Mud and water.
yeah. You have no idea how long ago the cart that left the tracks was there.
I mentioned this to Willie, so in trying to regain Willie's trust, I say, sorry, all I could find is this. Sorry again. We should just go down there.
Go down where?
Are we in the alley or underground at the moment?
You're at the mouth of the alley, in the street that the alley is off, because you were investigating the bodies that had piled all the way up to the alley entrance, which you threw the torch and firebomb into.
Yep. Right, I thought we were underground. That's my problem. That's my fault. Okay.
No, you wouldn't need to really wanting to throw underground because they're obviously already separated and
Yeah, I thought underground, so if I didn't, no one would notice. That's what I was thinking to myself. Yeah. That's okay. I should have asked before I did it.
Following cart tracks in a city is like no.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking about going underground, then if we go underground here, you're more likely to pick up any tracks.
That's what I'm thinking of, but yeah.
There may be a sewer entrance deeper in the alley, or you can take the one not far from where you are now. That's in the middle of the street.
Alright.
As you can hear some of the locals complaining about idiot kids setting off fire in the alleys again.
Can't argue that. Alright, well, I guess walk down the alley over the dead, squishing the dead into the pavement, because they're already dead. They don't care, do they?
They don't seem to be objecting.
No. How do you feel about that, Aziz? You all for it, yeah?
So, how long would it be to sort this mess out?
Depends. Are you trying to line up by height, age, or sex? Using the word sort as the adjective to apply at this case.
Well, how quickly can I fix this mess up, and and also be approved by Parasma?
Well, by the looks of things, you may have quite a lot of time to make right, as there appears to be over 40 bodies here.
40.
Are they well dressed? Do they appear to be workers? I don't know.
They
skilled
are a
workers?
mix, mostly poorly dressed.
Alright. The kind of people you'd expect to come from the shittier parts of town.
Most of the town is shitty at this stage.
Okay.
There are only a couple of really good parts of town.
Alright. Well, in that case, we'll continue down the alley, walking over the dead, to find an entrance to the sewer. Which,
And
of
the
course...
culprits.
Sorry?
What was that, Ross?
Excuse me. And the culprits.
No, I think the culprits are in the cart that they used to bring the bodies here.
Yeah, but why do they bring them here?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Well, presumably it's going to be government one spot so you can run them one more conveniently.
I really wish I had my decanter of water or whatever. Spray the damn gnome.
I'm sure you can holy water the gnome if you really feel like it.
So can we find an entrance to the sewer?
You can find an entrance to the sewer. It looks like it's been well used.
Alright. In which case, I would assume that Scar would be the obvious person to lift the cover.
Yes, whatever you say I do right now, because I'm kind of feeling guilty. So, yeah.
Okay, you manage to lift the lid up of the cover with one hand. Doesn't even make a noise as it raises up on its hinge.
It's on a hinge.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen that before?
Most of the sewer entrances here are on hinges, so they can't be stolen.
Ooh, okay.
If they're just metal covers, then metal will go missing because it's expensive.
So, does anyone have a torch left?
I
Oh, actually, I'll just use my wayfinder. No,
I was going to say, Parry can cast light.
I've used my wayfinder.
Okay, looking down, there is metal rungs going down into the sewer.
So down further than 30 feet.
Goes down probably about 20 feet down.
So in shadowy, I can see the floor.
Mm.
What can I make out, if anything?
Seems to be a cross of a pathway. So it looks like a tunnel passes through where the ladder goes down into.
So the ladder goes down and it goes
Mhm.
like that. Alright. Okay. Well, using my thievery and perception, I'll attempt to climb down, checking for traps.
Okay.
Because we don't actually have a thief anymore, do we?
I think Zathrop sort of counts as part thief.
anything regard maybe.
Zathrop certainly got the trap finder feat.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say Bard? Bard?
she's taken like higher offense to this. Like she's like, no, I'm not playing a bard. That's Josh's like backup characters.
Oh, bad. Sorry about that.
She's a witch.
What you guys were talking about before.
I believe Chris's character's a bard, isn't it?
Knowledge.
No,
And you're all like, go away, cat.
But you're male, so that makes you a warlock.
I don't think there's a distinction in this game.
Yeah, Scar's got a lot of problems with a lot of people in the party at the moment, so I'm going to be quiet.
So if Zathrop's the best we've got when it
Right,
comes to
yeah.
traps.
So you've also heard that Jasper is an excellent trap finder.
Yes, but only because she sets them off, or he sets them off. I want to do this safely without setting them off. So yes, if Zathrop could work his magic down the pit, hole, ladder, and I'll follow after him on the off chance he gets ambushed at the bottom.
I've got a bad feeling if I follow the cat.
Yeah, it's never a good plan.
Okay. So you said that it was the line was like 20 feet down to the base. What's on the floor? What's on the in the tunnel?
At the bottom is, as you go down, give me a perception roll.
Well, it's not going down yet. He's just looking for the top.
Looking from the top, you can just see that it's a cross section of a tunnel.
Sewer?
Sewer.
But is the footing dry underneath? Like is the sewer got a channel in the middle of the tunnel?
There is hard to tell because the shaft that goes down into the tunnel is on the side of the tunnel, not over the top of the middle of the tunnel.
Yeah, but it goes into like at the bottom of the shaft.
It's dry at the bottom of the shaft.
It looks dry. Yeah, okay. So Zathop will jump down then and
Jump down.
Yeah, jump down.
He can fall 20 feet.
You can be 25 without injury. You can't fall. He's expert in acrobatics.
Okay, so give me a perception roll as you reach the bottom.
23. With low light and dark vision, if it's not close, you won't have a light source down there. And if there's a trap involved, it's actually 24. So.
It's okay, there will be something involved.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't do it myself, but I wasn't expecting a trap. So.
Okay, so as you reach the bottom, you basically notice 4 sets of glowing eyes watching you as we then call initiative.
Boo.
Oh,
27 for Zathop.
What is Willie's?
29, but realistically.
Well, no one will get to go before
Yeah.
Zathrop or anyone else.
So 26. So one less than Zathrop.
Well, it'll be still sitting there at 29 depending on when things go. But Zathrop will still act before others. What is Scars?
26. Alright, 26.
What is Aziz's?
I'm apologising for excuse to get at the moment. Yeah.
33 upgraded.
What is Parry's?
Initiative?
Yep.
We are... I'm assuming perception.
Well, you don't have anything else going for you right now.
Sweet. Persuade. Alright, let's find out. That's a 22 for parry.
And what about Jasper?
Lost.
I'm not underground yet. Which
Blue.
probably means
Oh wait, they can see the stars, they're not lost. Oh my god.
yes. I could use
Not underground yet.
I could use lore astrology because I'm not underground.
Sure, use lore astrology.
Yes.
And see how well the stars say you're doing.
Well, see how much warning the stars give you.
Oh, well, it looks like the stars are shaped in the middle finger. Oh, okay, I see how it is.
I rolled the exact same thing I did before, which is a 14 on the dice, for a total of 27. apparently 27 is the magic number in my astrology book.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's numerologically valuable because it's the total equals 9.
There you go.
Okay, so Zarthrop, you see these 4 sets of eyes in the tunnels to either side of you.
Okay, how wide is the tunnel? How far away are the eyes?
Tunnel seems to be about 10 feet wide and hard to tell the distance of the eyes because you can't see any form associated with the eyes, even in the darkness.
Okay, Zarthrop will just double check the action of that. Yep, here it is. So we can start at the same time. So I just double checking where I could be. I can't find it immediately, so I'll just go with the versatile bomb then again, just if it's easier to think about right now, I can definitely do that and then toss it. So we will go with probably a nice fireball in the general direction with a pair of eyes, or 2 pairs of eyes, and an AC 15.
Okay, you seem to have thrown it too short.
Okay.
Hard to tell the distance when you can't quite tell how far the eyes are away.
Yeah, no, looks like that. And obviously it makes a nice bright boom, but what is silhouetted in the boom?
You see inky shadow. Which brings us to does as is wish to take an action. As you've just heard a kaboom, an earth-shattering kaboom.
Okay, the gnome blew himself up. Okay, I can give the gnome last rites.
Do you wish to jump down the hole to give him last rites?
No, I'm going to jump down the hole.
Because you might think he's blowing himself up, but you can still hear him cackling.
He finds blowing himself up extremely hilarious.
He's extremely satisfied with what he's just done.
Actually, let's try. I guess, yeah, I'll actually send an orb of light down there, so Willie doesn't. So Willie's got his hands free, so he doesn't have to worry about his wayfinder.
He doesn't have to hold his wayfinder. It's literally something you hang around your neck.
Yeah, but then it's a directional torch, isn't it?
It's a light spell.
It's
only directional in the sense that it doesn't light up the area behind his body if your body blocks it.
Which is why you do that while walking, so the people behind you don't have a light in their face as they're walking behind you.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you do a general one, it's like, get the light out of my face! It's like there's something in front of it on the other side of the light. I can't see it. The light's blocking my sight.
I should move around with those. Sandpoint.
So you drop a light ball down there?
I'm just having a check on my black spell.
Well, generally you only get one spell per round because most spells take 2 actions to cast.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. I did just work out, but yes, I could have done Greek alchemy and still followed it the same action.
Alchemists are good that way.
Mm. Main reason I am asking these things, Ross, is because if you're not going to act, we should move on to the next person.
No, I will send the light down there.
Okay, which is the light spell you're using?
The cantrip one.
Cantrip light?
Yes.
What color is it?
What's Varisian's colours? Would a light blue be sufficient? Is it appropriate?
Probably. I could look it up, but I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing. And do you target Zarthrop with the globe?
No, I don't. I'm not targeting Zarthrop.
Because if you target a creature with a globe, the ability is it attaches to that person and will move with them. That's what happens when you target a creature with the spell.
You don't try and bond them with life anymore. You think that was the only thing you're party on, effectively.
Okay, yeah, so actually,
So yes, you are targeting Zarthrop.
Light blue.
And is Zarthrop willing?
Yeah.
Because that is the next thing. It has to be a willing creature.
I'll go with unaware, so unexpected, so whatever.
He still has to accept it.
He's not money kept yet, so I guess that makes it.
Okay, I have to clarify that point.
So
So yes, you do now have a light that will move with you until it is specifically dismissed by As-Is, even if As-Is dies. Because that's until his next daily preparation, and if he dies, it may never go away.
So that's how we do government choices.
Never do is call a caster. Excellent.
It is funny. Because it literally says its duration is until your next daily preparation. So if you never prepare again, it's there. Okay, so that is As-Is. As you had gotten an upgrade, you actually got to rechange your initiative, which brings us down to Jasper. You've heard this bang, you've seen As-Is target Zarthrop with a spell.
Yes, but I saw it was.
And now a glow of light has come up from below. You're not sure exactly what he's done, but he's done something.
Light blue.
Oh.
As he's rained holy power down upon Zarthrop.
Well, I mean, he probably deserves it.
Well, hey, it is all from your perspective. You may not know what he's casting because you're not a spellcaster.
Well, I'm not a spellcaster in the traditional sense.
And you have not actually spent a lot of time with As-Is.
No, that's also true.
Or Andre, as he used to be known as. I'm sure his next iteration will be formerly known as is.
Yeah.
No, it might be it might be as well.
As well.
Definitely not still.
So what would Jasper like to do?
Um,
It's well lit from below in a nice soothing blue light.
what can I see? Can I see?
You stick your head down the hole? Over the hole?
Over the hole.
You do an action to move to the hole and look down, and you can see that there is a gnome down the bottom, looking like he's just done a baseball toss.
Cackling.
Cackling, and I can't see anything else.
Oh, you can see a big glowy ball right beside him floating in the air. It's light blue and very soothing. You have this entire feeling of comfort and joy.
I'm glad I didn't put it as red.
Ooh, pretty light. Yeah, I'm gonna I only have one action left, right?
Well, that was one action to get there and look down. You can have spent an action thinking about what you're doing if you wish to.
Oh no, sorry, I thought that was two actions. In that case, if I still have two actions left, can I send my familiar down there and cast sleep in the area that Zathrop tossed his potion towards?
I am sure you can.
Cool. I haven't really done this before, so I'll be interested to see how well this works.
So what does your familiar look like again?
It's a raven.
Okay, so the raven swoops down into the area and casts sleep.
Yeah.
What is the DC of the spell?
It would use my DC, wouldn't it?
It would.
It would.
Because you're casting it.
23 and the defense is will.
Okay, so Zathrop gets to make a will save.
Yep.
Well, so from my understanding, my familiar can act on my behalf. So if I told him to go down there, cast sleep on, say, the perceived enemies that are in front of Zathrop, he should be able to cast sleep, which has a 30 feet radius, in that 5 foot area of where those people are, not directly on Zathrop.
Yeah, but Zartok within 20 feet of the creatures. Or it is
actually it is a 5 foot burst, so technically you cast the spell.
You mean the spell is not, it can have a range of 30 feet, not a radius of 30 feet.
It's now a radius of 5 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have changed it greatly.
Its casting range is 30 feet.
Right, yeah.
Its area of effect is a 5 foot burst.
Okay, your spell goes off.
Still goes off.
You have no idea what happens because you're not looking through the eyes of your familiar.
Yep. That's fine.
Can familiars do ranged attacks or must they do touch attacks? That's the question I want to ask you as we move on to the next person.
I think he can because he has
Didn't you
his
upgrade
familiar
your...
abilities, cantrip connection, and skills, which I think gives him the ability to.
While you look that up, I was going to move on to the next person.
Yep.
So that way we're not just sitting here waiting for that bit. And you can tell me what the ability is after that. So Scar, you're up next. You've heard a boom. You've seen Aziz toss a glowy spell into the sewer. You've seen Jasper toss a raven into the sewer. Do you wish to toss a cat into the sewer just to everyone's tossed something down there?
Toss a cat amongst
Oh,
the
that's much
pigeons.
better that way.
He's probably going to end up tossing a torch.
I'm going to push on to no. I'm going to use a 2-action thing called Sudden Charge.
Yep.
Which also it also can use climbing as well as just striding. So I want to go down there, use 2. It allows me to use stride twice, so move twice.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a movement of. I can't rage because I haven't seen any yet, so I've got a range of 60 feet.
Yep.
I want to move towards where, when I get down there, if I can use perception check while I'm down there to see this, I'm not sure. I'll leave it up to you. I wanted to see where the raven and where the bomb went, and see if I can get in contact with these things.
Okay, so you run to red glowy eyes and black shadow.
Okay. Can I swing at red glowy eyes and black shadow?
Sure.
Okay.
You can swing at anything, including the mist, the dawn, the sound of a bell pealing. You can still attack.
I want to attack the gazebo.
22.
At 22, you do not seem to get contact with the shadow or the eyes, but you feel really good about the swing.
I protect Sarthrop, that's Nathan. Yeah, gotcha. I'm done.
Parry. Fireball in the sewers time.
What could possibly go wrong with the amount of gas that's coming out of the sewers?
And I'm sure the methane in the alley is not flammable whatsoever either.
Yeah. Harry will follow Willie down.
Willie hasn't gone down.
Who's gone down? Who's gone down?
Zarthrop, a bird, and a glowy ball.
And
Scar. Scar just went down.
I haven't acted yet, so
So Scar's cat is just looking at him at the hole where he went down and has that look of nope.
Harry will scream to the rescue and go down.
Do you fall or do you climb?
Or does he slide down?
There is nothing to slide down. It's not a ladder.
Okay. I thought it was a ladder.
It is rungs in the side of the wall.
Oh, okay.
What am I?
About to break an ankle.
Can you do a slinky and
I fall
down the wall?
I can't fall my way in. So how far down is it?
It is 20 feet down.
Okay, I minus that by 10.
So you take 5 points of damage as you hit the bottom.
Ow.
You do like Michael.
There's a cracking sound as you hit the bottom. You're standing next to Zarthrop, who is cackling madly.
Never madly.
Do I see the eyes?
There's this big glowy ball that's making it hard to see anything.
No, of course there is.
But give me a perception roll as you try to pay attention to what's around you.
That is a 28.
28. You can see there are 2 sets of glowy eyes in front of you and 2 sets of glowy eyes behind you. With inky blackness.
The deeper shadows around those glowy eyes.
He can see the inky blackness around them.
Yeah.
Reminds him of shadows. But he knows they're not.
Yeah. That would have been an action to look around, wasn't it? Yes.
It is, yes.
Harry's going to have to wait for others to come down.
Okay, so did Jasper look up the abilities of the familiar?
Yeah, so I'm just trying to find the one that,
You haven't found it yet?
I'm just trying to help her as well. So
Okay, so while you guys do that, Scar is going to get a bad moment.
Bad moment.
Yeah, I expected it. It's okay. I was expecting this. Armor class
bad
23.
time.
What was that?
Armor class 23.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so as you're looking there, in front of you, the shadow forms into some sort of humanoid with long clawed hands that slashes at you, hitting an armor class of 30.
Dude.
What was your armor class again?
23. Ouch. I go ouch.
That's not critical.
Okay, so minimum damage does 7 points of slashing damage. And you are grabbed.
Ugh.
Okay.
Give me a fortitude save as you are bitten.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a 4 on the dice, plus 14 is 18.
18.
You go and dice, Joe. Get the next dice.
Okay, you have become drained 1.
Okay.
Give me another fortitude save.
Drain 1, that sucks.
Literally.
I know. It sucks.
Ooh, that's better. I like that one. Let's say 32. Oh, what's strain do? Was it give you less roll or?
Drained. You get a -1 to your fortitude saves. You lose hit points equal to your level times the drain value. And your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount.
Okay. Okay, so would it be a 31 for the fortitude? Is there 32?
Just trying to find the DC of it all.
How do you heal drain?
Rest.
Rest, I think. There is a cleric spell, I believe, but that's the only one I know. I might look at train.
Oh, okay. It's actually a check they make against.
Okay.
So what was your actual roll? Your first
31.
roll?
First roll was 18. And
18.
the second one was 31. And that's with a -1 for 31.
Okay, so you don't get a great success because it's a contested roll. It's nice to know how this works. Like, there's no DC. It is a contested roll when they try to bite you.
You drained, or just get lose 1 HP, is that right?
You've taken 7 points of damage and you've lost 5 from your hit point total and 5 hit points as well. So you're technically sitting on 12 damage
12 damage, okay.
with a max of -5 to your hit points.
Don't you mean
Yep, okay.
6?
What was that?
Aren't we 6th level?
We're 6th level, aren't we? So that is -6 your total and -13. I'm so used to the review speed because we're only 11 sessions in.
Only.
I'm sure I'll remember one of these days. Okay, so another one manifests next to Scar and attacks. Okay, so that would also be a 30.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay.
And that would be 11 points of damage that time.
Yep. Keeping track.
And it has also grabbed onto you.
And a fortune save again?
A fortitude save, yes.
Not good. Natural one, Martin.
A natural 1.
Oh,
So 15 downgraded.
Well, that's definitely going to suck.
That'll be double drained, I assume.
You have gained. You are now up to drained 3.
That's 18. Okay. 27 I'm working with.
So that should be 36 damage, and your maximum is minus 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming up behind, one of them charges Zarthrop and rolled badly, hits armor class 20.
Actually, something with this.
The other one has another go at trying to hit Zarthrop. Okay, so that one will be a lot better, a 27.
27 will hit.
Okay, so it does 9 slashing damage.
What's up? Meow.
And Zarthrop gets to make a fortitude saving throw as it tries to bite him.
42, 22.
Okay, so they ended up with a upgraded check, so it literally sucked this time for you. So you get drained 2.
Drain 2.
And you'll have lost 12 extra hit points.
Mhm.
And your max will be down 12.
Yeah.
And then the other one goes for Parry,
Yay!
who seems to have plot armor again, as I got a 14.
You miss.
I think it might be the garlic oil that's all over him.
Shush.
And the second one is not much better. It is a 16.
Miss.
Actually, I'm quite happy that you've got all the undead right next to each
And
other.
then a natural 1.
Yes, I am the bobbest wizard known to man.
Okay, so
With the lightest cat on the attack roll for the attack, probably.
instead of trying to bite you, it starts caressing you instead. Apparently you have charmed this creature who starts calling you its precious. I thought you'd appreciate the change.
It's got to lock it around its neck with pictures of Harry going.
Okay, so Willie, yes, you're up.
Can I see anything?
Yes, you can see what appears to be long-haired humanoids with pointy ears that remind you of an elf, but teeth that remind you of something horrendous.
Just before you go too much further, Willie, I am the poster boy of the campaign.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm literally like the character on the front of the poster with 2 thumbs up and a massive smile.
And I can't believe I rolled a 1, and it was within 4 of the highest roll I did against Parry.
So even failures can be fun. We're being attacked. Although
Parry is looking like he's being caressed.
does Parry look particularly alarmed at what's going on?
Hard to tell. He may just be excited.
What kind of sounds are coming from below? Are there?
There's a lot of
screams or-
oh my, oh.
It hurts.
But that's
it
more
hurts.
Parry.
Stop biting me. Well, nobody said anything.
I don't think Parry will be upset by a bite.
Well, this thing's likely to upset him with the teeth it's got. But again, nobody said anything. All they've done is jump into a hole, and I'm like, well, what's going on?
There was a
Parry
boom.
did go out when he took some damage. That's
Well,
better.
Parry hasn't taken damage.
Parry did when he got in the hole.
The loading
That's
the cackles during combat.
You got the cackling gnome indicating there's combat down below, but no one told you what sort of combat.
Well, the creature that's...
There's 2 creatures you can see. One's biting Zarthrop. Apparently he's a pain in the neck.
Alright. I will climb down as an action.
Yep. You reach the bottom in an action. You're very quick at climbing.
I will, as another action, activate my inner upheaval.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably wasting it, but who knows?
What does inner upheaval give
It
for
just
you?
gives me the extra damage.
Okay.
I use force as my extra damage. And I will give the one attacking Zarthrop, I guess, and a Hadouken.
Okay, give me a Hadouken roll.
So 28, 12 is 28.
That's a hit.
Yeah, so 2 hits. They're undead, so no need to make fortitude saves for.
Yep, no
stunning.
fortitude saves.
Alright, cool. So.
Actually, I think your stunning may still work.
You think?
Yeah, it's not a paralyzed effect, is it?
No, it's a stunning effect. Which I would imagine, because I would, just between the two of us, I would say no, because you're undead.
They've changed it in Pathfinder.
But I thought...
It's the condition. If it gives a certain condition, it's immune to it. But if it doesn't give that condition, it's not.
Well, it doesn't get paralysed.
Yeah, so basically it gives a daze or something like that, not a paralyzed.
That's what I'm looking up specifically. So, which is the... Is it base thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
think it's second page of the...
stunning blows.
Yep.
It still is a... isn't an incapacitation effect. I believe they aren't immune to that word.
That word, yeah.
My voice can't get to those words to make sense at this time of night for some reason.
Okay, that's weird, but alright, I'll take it. So yeah, fortitude save of 20.
Okay, sir. It fails.
Critical failure?
Nope, just a failure. Failed by 1.
Stun 1. Better than nothing.
It is better than nothing.
Damage will be 3 is 6 is 16 28 30 41 43 points. I've got
How much? 43?
43. It's magical slashing, but also I've got not that it'll matter, but the ghost touch on my thing, and I'm doing force damage if that changes anything as well.
All of that comes in handy.
Yeah, but I'm assuming as undead they're not particularly vulnerable to anything.
Well, everything has vulnerabilities.
Yeah, but I'm not expecting them to have.
They have a long list of vulnerabilities.
Yeah, just not the ones that I do.
But it's always good. Okay, so that brings us to Zarthrop. You've got a pain in the neck.
Did the creature I attacked is at least bloodied?
Hard to tell, but I'd have to say there's a spray of blood.
Okay. Most of it's Zarthrop's.
Probably.
So I've got one actually on me, and how many in the close vicinity? And I want to attack someone near me, or actually in the right area?
So there's one biting you and that has grappled you. There is one caressing Parry, but doesn't seem to be harming him in any way. And there are 2 currently intertwined with Scar, giving him memories.
Okay. I'm going to drop a ghost charge on the one on me.
Thanks for the memories.
So what is Ghost Charge do?
It's 2d8 plus 5 damage, only leaves harms undead, including incorporeal, and the target becomes enfeebled 1 until the start of my next turn.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Just going to check the grappled condition to make sure you can do so without having issues.
Okay, yep.
You are... You're immobilized and flat-footed. You attempt to manipulate action. You must succeed at a 5 DC flat check or it is lost. Please give me a manipulate roll.
Okay.
Just a flat check, and you want to get higher, 5 or higher.
Flat check is 7. So
Then that is a success. The ability goes off.
I don't need to do this. Happy to use that one. You use it for your cap roll. So.
Well, you got to always do that first to make sure you can do the action.
Absolutely, no, that's fair enough. So where am I? Plus 12. AC 28.
AC 28 is a hit.
Or right. 5 points of so 5 points plus 5, so total 10 points of vitality damage, and another 5, including 5 points of splash to any undead that might be within 5 feet of me.
Okay, so the one within parry takes 5 points, as the one on top of you just seems to disintegrate.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I was being so becomes enfeebled one, but I guess he's pretty enfeebled if he's not there anymore.
Well, he got taken down to a measly 2 hit points.
Well, that's all right.
Okay, so that brings us to as is.
Yep.
You can see dead people.
Yep. So they're 20 feet away, correct?
Yes. Well, one is 20 feet away.
So if I do a area effect of 30 feet, does that actually get all of them?
You don't know. You can't see any others.
No.
You can only see one because it's down the hole.
Yeah, but I can still see Zarthrop, can't I?
You can see Zarthrop and Perry's friend.
Because I was going to do a area effect heal. You get all of them to heal them of the damage, and if possible, get any of the fiends in that area as well. Unfortunately, this takes up my entire round. That's the reason why I can't drop down and cast it. Hello?
Yeah, just quickly looking at it to make sure it works the way you're stating, because it's always funny when these things go. So the area does do both healing and damage.
Yeah.
Whereas if you did anything but the area, it would either do healing or damage.
Yeah. And the problem is, it uses up my entire actions.
It is.
To do it.
It is all 3 actions to do so.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your DC?
21.
Okay, so it succeeded at that. So you need to roll your damage.
Okay, healing. Oh, actually, this affects everybody.
This is your font, I believe, though.
Do I have to roll for each, or is it just a straight for everything?
It's 1 roll for everything.
Okay, that's alright. Well, that makes it a lot easier. That's
So
39.
39, that's 3d8.
It's 3d10 plus 24.
Where's the 24 come from?
I thought that adds up to the... Oh, okay, so that's if I were targeted one person. Yep, so it's 15 then.
That's why I'm asking these things, to make sure we're actually got the right thing. Because if you want to do big damage or healing, you target a single individual.
Yeah,
if you want to do everyone, it is a lot less. It's the same as doing the single action heal, but on everyone in the area.
Yeah, because I'm a better healer, I do a D10 instead of a D8.
Okay.
Do you want to do that now? Just to double check?
No, you're outside the radius.
cool. I'll go back to what I was reading. That's all good.
The thing is, he couldn't tell where you are to be able to do
That's
that.
cool, mate. Yeah.
So, Zarthrop gets back the damage, but the drain is still in effect.
Yeah, drain's a rest thing, so
Yeah.
Okay. So that brings us to Jasper.
So
You hear this?
we were,
Is the glow of holy light, or not holy light?
As Rasma has touched the people below.
yeah, we worked out that yes, my familiar can cast spells, but at the moment it's limited to cantrips.
So Zarthrop got back 9 hit points.
Yep.
And Parry got back 5. Aziz got back 5 as well. Just so you know about who got back what, because you can't heal Zarthrop any further.
I haven't taken any damage.
You took
Oh,
damage
that's right.
from...
Yeah, I forgot about that. The gnome and the orc throwing fire.
Yeah, so Zarthrop's just on his reduced hit points.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is Jasper going to do? You sort of feel as if your fur has gotten a little smoother.
Not sure I like that, but that's okay.
Well, you know it's been God touched now. No consent either.
No. Excuse me. I'm still above ground. Has everyone else gone down?
No. As is staring down with his holy reign of terror.
Oh, right. Okay. So, okay. I still can't see any of these creatures, can I?
There is one. There is one currently patting Parry.
Oh,
Not unusual in that sense. Having met Parry a few times now, everything seems to love him.
yeah, there's something a bit strange going on there.
I think it's something in the water.
I don't know if you heard what I was saying before. While my familiar can cast spells for me, using a familiar ability called spellcasting, it's currently limited to cantrips, which I didn't realise.
Which means your sleep spell didn't work.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry?
Which means your sleep spell didn't work unless you cast it at Zarthrop.
Yeah.
Because you can't cast it out of sight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't mark it down as cast at this stage.
Yeah. That's fine.
It fizzed.
No, it didn't fizz, it didn't cast because she didn't have a valid way to cast it.
Yeah, it's technically a spell failed, so that wouldn't have used the slot. Right?
If it failed, the slot would be gone.
Oh, the slot would be gone?
Because
okay.
the spell sits in the slot. Remember Pathfinder, you put the spell in the slot at preparation, and that spell is no longer available after you cast it. Unlike D&D, where you have known spells and slots, in Pathfinder everything is in the slot,
So like a magic, normal magic, is it?
like the old school magic.
Yeah.
Except you're a oracle, aren't you?
I'm a witch.
Which I can't remember if which is prepared or spontaneous.
They're prepared.
M's being called everything but the actual.
You can put my actual class today.
Hey, we've had so many character changes; it can be a bit confusing.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Anne. What's
this is the first spellcaster I'm playing in this whole scenario, so... yeah, no, just because, like, it's confusing because through... I think it's the lesson, my familiar also learns spells for me.
Well, your familiar is your spell book. You do not have a spell book.
Yes. So I just need to make a note that these spells learnt through the lesson and what their levels are, because they're separate to where my other spells are listed in there, or I might move them around and note that they've come from the lesson rather than a word.
Well, all your spells that you learn come from the familiar. The lessons are specific spells you get on top of your normal learning.
Yeah. No, it's just because I have spells, I have them listed as like cantrip level 1, blah blah blah. Whereas the ones I learn from my familiar, I've got listed elsewhere. So that's why I didn't know what level sleep was, so I have to go look that up. It's a level 1 spell, so I might move those down and actually note that they're from the lesson rather than that, so I actually have them in the right level.
Mm-hmm.
That also begs the question, does that... I still have to put those in the right slot.
That is correct.
Okay.
Because when you do your daily preparations, you pick all your spells. You don't get to add new spells. If your slots are empty, you've got to spend, I think it's 10 minutes to fill that slot.
Yeah.
So if you haven't filled your slot, you've got no spells, except for your cantrips.
Yeah. Okay.
You can choose not to put your spell in there.
So that way...
But that means you have nothing if you've got nothing in it.
But if you needed a fill in the blank spell, 10 minutes, you got the spell, cast it.
Just not hey, somebody's coming towards me. Give me 10 minutes.
Why is it stabbing me?
Yeah, let me just spend the next 100 rounds of combat filling that slot.
Well, hey, that would be 300 actions.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is Jasper doing then? You're looking down the hole. That's as far as we got before we digested down a different path.
Yeah, sorry, I just...
Digressed, I mean, not digested.
The way I can learn spells and then use them, to which is, again, different from all the other spellcasters.
Well, each spellcasting class is unique.
Using them is the same, but learning them is different. And, yeah,
Just think of your Raven as a spellbook.
well, yeah,
It's the same as a wizard in that respect.
yeah.
Just that your book gets up and moves around.
He can go poof if he so wishes to.
If it dies, though.
No, he actually comes back the next morning if he gets
Squished.
yeah, if he gets squished. I also have Phase Familiar, which uses a focus point. And the action is when my familiar takes damage, can actually just become mist. And then you miss! Ha 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 ha. Anyway. So I can only see one that's caressing Harry.
Yep.
I mean, it's not attacking him, so I don't really want to do anything to it.
And it has a happy smile on its face.
Can I see Willie?
Yes, you can see Willie. He's standing right behind Zarthrop.
Yeah.
With that look of Hadouken sort of thing.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Willie.
Okay, can you do that at range?
Hey.
It is a cantrip, a range of 30 feet, target one creature.
Yep, you can target Willie. Willie feels guided. Guided by the stars.
You get a +1 to stat bonus to attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check.
Okay.
Which now brings us to, I'm assuming that's all your actions done at this stage.
Well, that's not the one action cast, so...
Then what would you like to do with your other 2 actions?
I mean, I could cast... Can I cast the same spell or cantrip more than once in a round?
I am unsure. I will have to have a quick look.
Okay.
I would think that as long as you're allowed to cast multiple spells in a round, then there's no reason why it shouldn't be the same one. But
Yeah, I can't remember if this has been asked before.
You should be able to cast more than one. I'm just having a quick look earlier in the book. If you're going to cast it on other people, who would you do it on?
Well, parry is down there, and that's another action. And Zarthrop is also down there, so that would be the 3rd action. Everyone gets guidance. Cause you guys are doing the hard work down there, so.
Okay, have a look at casting spells and see if they can do it. If it says a limit of once per round, but we'll assume you can do each of them at this stage.
Page number?
That's what I was asking you to do. Okay, so while you're doing that, that brings us to Scar. What does Scar do? You are being grappled by 2 of these beasties, and both of them are currently numbing on your neck.
I really upset by this, and I rage for 1 action.
Sure. You feel really angry. Gar.
I get 10 temporary hit points for that one.
Sure, you keep track of that.
Now, because I'm grappled, my sword would also flame. It's like the whole sword would light up in red flame.
Does it light up because you're grappled or because you're angry?
Because I'm angry. It's part of my dragon thing. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You've got a flaming sword.
Now, I'm going to try to attempt to hit one of these while grappled by 2 creatures. I'm not sure how that run works. So, do I have to roll a roll to get past the grapple? Or?
No, you have to make an attack.
Okay, yep. Now,
if you had to draw the weapon, it would have been a manipulate action, but it was already out.
Cool. I also, just for you, I also defeat deny advantage, so I'm not flat-footed to hidden or flanking creatures. I'm not sure that works with the grapple, I'm not sure. Yep.
Well, considering I didn't give them a flat-footed bonus against you, which I should have.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, we'll sort that out.
It worked out, you got lucky.
Okay. Better than much better. That is there any minus to attack rolls, or just to fortitude saves? Drain 3.
Fortitude is only to drain is only to your constitution based checks.
Okay, cool. Okay, absolutely. That is a 33.
A 33. Okay, so that becomes a critical hit.
In specialisation, I believe there. Flat-footed now. Is that where it is? The sword. Sword uses from memory. Jeremy can confirm that for me. But I think sword.
So what's it?
I got a critical hit with a sword with weapon specialisation. That usually is I'll try and remember back to your worry, guys.
Court wanted me to get to it. Court I was too long ago.
I'll look that up, Martin. Just give me a second. I'll do that after then.
It'll just be an additional modifier or something that might go through with it.
Roll your damage to see if it matters.
Yeah, okay. That's 38, 5 silver, maybe the damage.
How much?
38.
Okay.
2d12 plus 8. And double the dice, so.
Okay, so that was one action.
Yep.
Oh, two actions actually.
The critical effect is target is made off balance by your attack, becoming off guard until the start of your next turn. So
I can swing again if that's the right one.
You want to attack the same creature?
Yep, I want to make sure let's get one of them down before they eat me alive.
Okay.
Okay, let's roll again with a -5.
but you've got a model it's effectively off guard at the moment. So
That might help. 2 plus 10 is 12. Yeah, is that good?
You got 12.
12. I hate dices tonight.
So is that AC of 12?
AC of 12 because it's 2 on the dice plus 10 minus the 5.
Okay, so that was a critical fumble. What do you actually do on your critical fumble?
I drop my sword probably, most likely. Yeah.
Okay, your sword drops into the water below.
sure, it goes out.
And what do you do if your... so that's all your actions? That's all three?
All action,
And Parry, you're currently being caressed by one of these things that seems to be whispering loving phrases into your ear.
Sweet nothings.
Sweet nothings into my ear. How lovely. Is it the only one that's left standing?
No, there are another two around Scar that are giving Scar some grief.
You're getting caressed, I'm getting love bites, okay?
Yeah.
Soul.
Parry is going to cast...
Fireball!
No, not yet.
I'm sorry, you're casting blow up sewers. Sewer
No,
collapse.
not yet.
Deny advance.
No. Definitely not.
Turn to ash.
Just give me a second. Harry is going to Gale Blast one of the ones on Scar.
Okay. And what does Gale Blast do?
So Gale Blast is it makes the creature makes a fortitude save. Creature makes a fortitude save.
Sure. It gets a whole 13.
It critically fails. So it gets double damage. So 2d6 and gets pushed 10 feet away from Scar.
Okay, it is still grappled to Scar. You see its legs come out from underneath it as its teeth are still embedded in Scar's neck.
Well, it gets dealt 8 points of damage.
Okay, so both it and Scar take 8 points of damage.
Yes, that is correct because it's a 5-point emanation. Sorry, Scar.
That's okay, I've got now only 2 points of temporary hit points now. Yep. I expect to take a lot of damage at the moment, so.
But it does go flying with the spray of blood out of Scar's neck.
Yeah. And then I caress the other thing's cheek. I go, I will come back to you. And then that'll be my turn.
Okay. So the one next to you starts making out with you. As apparently it seems to like what it sees.
That's just so wrong.
Yep.
Okay, so Mark, you get to make a fortitude saving throw with a -3.
This is fun. Let's see what it is. Yes, it is. That makes it -3. 16. I don't think that'll do well.
Okay, so on a 16, you get drain, up to drain 4.
Okay, that's another 6 points off my max. Yep.
It continues going for its life.
Okay, so that's another 6, just another 6 hit points, isn't it? Oh,
Yep.
right.
Another 6 points of damage, another 6 from your maximum.
So, like, you're not actually the 6 points is not actually coming off your hit point, it's not actually damage.
I know it is
It's
damage,
maximum.
Jeremy. It is also damage as well as coming off his maximum.
No, I've got to cover up. I just had to remove the 2 temporary ones I had left, which didn't last long. So, okay. Another 4-2 save, I think?
Another fortitude save, yes, as it continues to suck.
So, 21.
With the -4.
Hang on, -4 is 23, sorry. Yeah.
23. Okay, so you succeed, and give me another fortitude save as it continues to do it yet again.
Dude.
Well, big tasty meat sack.
Yeah.
22.
22. Okay, you seem to resist that one as well.
Hey, just be easy there, come on. Can't you go over to talk to Parry? I say, yeah.
It was popular.
Okay, so Willie, you can see Parry's enjoying himself.
I tried. That's just wrong. Just wrong.
And then you see Scar's getting the blood drained out of him.
Is Scar more than 5 feet?
Scar is about 40 feet away.
Okay, so I'll do a move to get to Scar.
Yep.
Throw a Hadouken at one of the ones that's sucking on him.
There's only one sucking on him at the moment. The other one got sent flying and has disappeared.
Alright, I'll give the one that's still on him a bashing. And if I can manage it this turn, I'll actually get a second shot, which would be interesting. So I get the +1 from
Guidance.
yeah, guidance. Alright.
As you hear the words of the crow giving you advice on how best to hit things. No, do it like this.
No, you fool! Like this!
You poke your feather in this way, not that way.
Yeah.
No, come on, guys, come on. The crow says, hit him more.
Go for the eyes. Okay, so that sucked. That really sucked. So we're looking at a 24,
This will be a hit.
and we're looking at a 15 downgraded.
15 downgraded. That will be not a card critical, but I'm going to say 1 hit on the creature and 1 hit on Scar.
Understandable.
That really sucks, Scar.
As it was on top of Scar at the time.
This is gonna hurt. My apologies.
I was hoping you'd break his other hand.
On the creature is gonna be 22,
Yep.
and on Scar
2 points.
23.
Okay, so 23 damage to Scar.
Yep.
I
Looking a little hurt right now. Yeah.
for my last attack,
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. See what I can manage. Oh, that's better. 14 is 24. Why brain not work?
Late night.
I know, right? 33.
33. That becomes a critical hit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't know how this is going to work. So basically, I'm using my 6th level feat called Tiger Slash.
Mm-hmm.
So the creature can take a lot of damage. It's going to bleed a lot, and I'm going to shove it back.
Let's see if it survives.
Yeah. So 3, 14, 20, oh fucking 28, 9, so 35, lots of blood, and I shove it back 10 feet.
And yes, it explodes in a like a blood bag just getting popped.
Ah, okay.
Mostly Scar's blood.
Yeah, mostly Scar's blood.
Pretty much, yeah.
My character's like, shit, Scar. Sorry about that.
Okay, Zarthrop, you can see there's only one of them left making out with Parry. Doesn't seem to be a threat at the moment.
I will give it a ghost charge though still. Maybe that's a splash of water. Take the oil.
Get a room!
So what's your go? Splash of water or
Ghost charge. We'll go with ghost charge because nothing else. It'll help him be able to be full carrying a bit, be able to be dominant a bit more, take control. What am I? 15, 18, 25. That's 27.
that is a hit.
For 13 points of vitality damage and enfeeble till 1 till the start of my next turn.
Okay, so that brings us to as is. You can only see one of them making out with Parry. And you see Zarthrop trying to separate them with some sort of liquid.
He doesn't need lube.
What would as is like to do? Hello, Ross.
I'll have my mute on. Yep.
That'll be where we can hear
okay.
you.
Yep. So I'm going to give that fiend the blessing of Pharasma. I'm going to cast a 2 action heal and get rid of this abomination of a show that's happening in front of me.
What is your DC?
Is 21.
Okay, so it explodes into Parry's mouth. You were out of combat. How would Parry like to react?
I'm gonna cry. I never got to go to bed with it. I'm gonna cry. I was just getting warmed up.
Though you do have an ashy taste in your mouth now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to our whatever of Rasma and say,
You're welcome!
And you realise you just missed your chance to
you
ask
say
them a
you
question.
welcome, I give you 2 middle birds.
Yes, and who they are and what they are now is unknown.
So the one that got pushed away, that died as well, is that right?
Yep,
Oh,
all of them got killed.
cool. I just want to double check because I had a fire breath ready to go. Okay, cool. Just double
Oh,
check.
really? The one that...
Haven't you learned not to use your bloody fire breath?
Look, I've just taken a lot of damage from biting regularly on my neck. I deserve to get some range. Okay?
And just so you know, you don't get back your drained overnight either.
No, I did look into that as well, don't worry. I'm fully aware of that, so...
Not many people are, because normally you get drained back overnight. In this case, you don't.
Yeah, so just so everyone know, I was 113 hit points, I'm down to 50 of 89, so, yeah. I got munched on, so that's fair enough.
Given enough bites, they would have absolutely sucked him dry.
Yeah.
They had 2 on him after all.
And then I would have had to prevent him from being risen as a vampire.
Not necessarily.
No, I could have... Yeah. I still like things like Die Hard and all that as backup, so yeah. But that's okay.
Okay, so they can suck on you even longer.
Well, they can have another go later on if they really was thirsty, but yeah.
So basically, you're an all-day sucker. all-night sucker.
I just look at Willie and go, ow.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
That's
I went for the strike and it moved and... Yeah, my bad.
No, that's good. I kept the other 2 away from you guys.
Yeah,
Ow.
no, you did good.
Ow.
You did good.
You did do a good kidney punch on Scar.
I might know.
Yeah, no, that's all good. That was more damage than most of the heavy sucky things.
Okay, I'll carefully descend into this badness.
Yep. With this calming blue light.
Yeah. How badly injured is Scar?
Very.
Scar looks a little drained.
I got a bit of a white tinge to me at the moment, like I've lost a lot of front. Like, yeah.
And there's this big bruise up his side.
Okay. I will cast a heal on him.
And I'll pick up my sword as well while I'm doing it. So.
That's the 2-round one. That's the fast and painful one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Train 4. Okay, yeah.
Healing 44 points of damage.
Okay. That takes me to my max of 89. Okay, I think, yeah. 54. Yeah, I'll be 89 max, yeah. I've got down train 4, that's the one. Yeah. I look a bit better. I still look like I've gone 10 rounds with Willie, so yeah.
Yeah, so at this stage, yeah, you're down to your max.
Yeah, 89 is my max at the moment, drain 4, yeah.
So, yeah, I just got it down as 24 damage, just so I can keep track of.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so everyone appears fully healed. What would you like to do now, as your potential witnesses are now dust?
What was that? I asked out loud.
You never got a clear look.
And Parry, were you making out with one? I only got a quick glimpse. I was kind of getting...
Oh no, it's it in your brain. He was making out with one.
Harry, what was it? You're the one who got the closest look, and I use air quotes.
And I go, yeah, definitely more close than I got, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, no, you were pretty close.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, Parry, but...
Can I make an undead law roll then?
No, you never went down.
Okay.
You weren't close enough to look at any of them clearly. And you never got to look at any of their faces.
I think he got more mouth than man action. I got mouth than neck action, so yeah. So.
I know the feeling.
So what was it, Parry?
What was what?
The creature that you were making out with. You know, you slipped at the tongue and whatever the hell else you were doing.
From your perspective, at the minimum, it was hot.
I was about to say, I turned away and say it was delicious.
I throw up in my mouth a little bit. There's something seriously wrong with you, buddy.
But a perfect time to roll a 1.
Just wait until next level where I take Bard.
Oh, God.
Does this mean that Aziz is calling on the will of Pharasma? I did hear an oh god there.
with everything happening, I'm not too fussed, but I think she'd probably be annoyed about me doing it. But
Most of them are when you have no plan to call upon them and suddenly you're there. So yes, as is now standing in front of Pharasma, with her looking rather annoyed in your direction and going, "What? You're not dead? What are you doing here?"
Yeah, what do you want?
I have a heap of bodies that I would probably need a little bit more enlightenment on how to assess to do with, and also
You're-
into some.
She says you're a trained priest. Aren't you supposed to deal with
seminary?
Yep. No. Also ran into some creatures that exploded with your holy light.
So you dealt with the creatures. What's the problem?
How to deal with Parry?
Parry's currently not her concern. Not until he reaches the end of his natural lifespan.
The parents, on the other hand,
So I have to put up with his shit.
She says, she'd rather you not deal with that. That's generally waste removal, not her domain.
Okay.
God's a literal.
Can I say Pharasma is the best god you've done so far? By the way, just putting it out there.
And she gives you a mental slap and sends you back for basically disturbing her with things you should be trained to deal with.
There's nothing in the books to deal with Parry.
If he says that out loud, I tap him on the shoulder saying, "You just have to ignore it. It's the best thing for you."
Okay. Actually, it's not a bad idea. I am going to start writing a book. How to deal with Parry. Chapter 1, ignore him.
Doesn't get to chapter 2.
And ways of ignoring him.
Okay, so yes,
well, if he follows the advice of chapter 1, then he'll never get to write chapter 2.
so there are now most of you down the sewer and 2 of you up on top looking down.
The people upstairs to come down, please.
Well, the only one upstairs is the cat.
Aziz never quite made it down.
I went down to heal
Heal me, yeah.
Scar.
You didn't necessarily have to go down if Scar walked over to the others.
I think he was still having a tensor tamper in the middle of nowhere, wasn't he?
Kind of still raging, I'll be honest.
How far does the tunnel go in both directions?
Seems to go about 40 feet in each direction before bending the same way. Both of them turn to the left.
Zarfox's still got light on him, hasn't he?
He does. He has a ball following him everywhere.
So do I.
So, in which case then, he's going to go down in the direction that he actually got attacked from. Like, I don't know which side the one that actually attacked him.
It was south.
Anyway, he's going to go about, say, 20, 30 feet down that way just to see if he can find evidence as to whether or not Phil actually when we got bitten, they definitely weren't incorporeal undead, were they?
They were definitely physically there when they beat you.
Yeah, okay. So he's going to look down and see if he can find any evidence of tracks or anything like that they might have made in that direction.
Okay, give me... Do you have trained in survival?
No.
Okay, so yes, just give me a perception roll.
Yep. 18. 18.
You have no idea.
No, okay. I will look down the other pathway then. Could be the other direction if no one else has yet. Obviously there's no one down that way, so it must have gone the other way. We'll have to come from the other way.
Give me another perception roll.
Did they leave? Like, were they wearing any clothes?
They were cloaked in black clothing. Hard to see what it was made out of.
Was the black clothing still there?
Nope, it sort of turned to ash with them.
I didn't go this one either. I got a 12. Not downgraded, but I didn't just not downgraded.
Okay, so yes, having a look around, this place is the older part of Korvosa, these sewers. So
I'm not been able to find any trucks in the other direction. If people are still not moved yet from where they were,
they are a lot cramped compared to the other ones you're in.
Okay.
so I thought looking to get to the bend in the passage to have a look around the bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're seeing Zarthrop bouncing around. There's the light bouncing around after it.
Not bouncing around. He's looking carefully.
Yes, I'll walk up to the other left-hand turn that Zarthrop hasn't walked over to,
Mm-hmm.
and I will look around the corner.
Well, he's looked at both now.
That's okay. I'll walk.
You go to the one he's not at and have a look.
Yeah.
Do you have trained in...
Nope, sure don't.
Give me a perception roll.
19.
You can definitely see there's sewage in this tunnel.
Yeah.
And the tracker, me,
Yep.
do a survival check to see which way the cart's possibly gone, either way. Or,
Sure.
Surely not.
I can roll that if you'd like, mate. So,
I am happy for you to roll it, so you know exactly how badly it goes for you.
okay, survival, okay. Well, it's not a con check, which is a good thing at the moment. So, yeah. That's not one, good stuff, yeah. 28.
28. You can track a small humanoid heading in both directions quite easily, and a medium-sized humanoid heading south. That leads you right to Willie's feet.
A wave.
No problem tracking these guys. They leave plenty of marks. There's no other marks.
Can't find any digital footprints there, really. Sorry. Okay. It must be all that biking that caused some issues in my tracking. So I'm a bit distracted.
Either that or they didn't walk on the ground.
Well, that's the other thing I was thinking in my head, but I'm just not sure yet.
Hey. Okay, check the roof.
Or the walls.
Yeah.
No, I've got a few, and I'll tell you, if they were floating originally, and if they were invisible, and they might not have walked everywhere, so yeah. I was more looking for cart tracks or something like that, if that was the...
There were no cart tracks down here whatsoever. Partly because the cart won't fit down the manhole.
I was thinking that after I said it, but hey, look, this is what Scar doesn't think about the post-activities kind of thing, so yeah.
And you can hear the whining of your cat up the manhole. He's not coming down.
Go back to the temple, I say.
So Jasper's whining.
No, that's Fane.
Yeah, I know. But I'm expecting Jasper to whine as well.
Well, Jasper hasn't gone down the hole yet either because, hey, it's another sewer.
Before I tell Fane to go, I tell Fane, can you push Jasper down? Like get the panther push the other cat down.
Oh no.
I'll catch Jasper.
Okay, so I believe that is an attack roll from your cat.
Okay, I do have the stats for that.
So is Jasper classed as flat-footed?
Non-lethal, by the way, Mark. Thank you.
It wouldn't be flat-footed because Jasper would hear the command word.
Oh.
Okay. Push would be a claw attack, not a jaw attack. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be trying to bite her down. But, yeah. That's almost a bit of roll than half a star. 21.
21, and what is Jasper's armor class?
20.
Okay, so you get swacked by a large cat to push you down the hole.
I'm below the hole ready to catch you. Okay.
You never stated that part. You were down near Willie at one of the intersections when you called this out. As you hear this kathump as Jasper takes 10 points of damage from a fall unless she's got catfall.
I have something similar to catfall.
Falling with style?
No, it's called Land on My Feet. It is a catfolk skill. Did I? I don't think I took catfall.
You're falling 20 feet, so what does it give you? At this stage, you're looking at 10 points of damage. Elevator music starts.
You take half damage.
Yeah, sorry. Land on your feet, half full damage, no prone.
So 5 damage as you fall.
You hear a sorry as quiet as possible from Star. It's okay, I saved you last game, so it's even go.
Yeah, well, yeah, the nice thing is that I as it says, literally land on my feet, so I can't be, like, if I fall or get tripped or like that, well, actually, sorry, I think I still get tripped, but full damage, I land on my feet, I'm very cat-like, like that.
And then you hear the cat start moving away as the hatch starts to come down.
Great.
And you hear it locking as it closes.
Good work, Fang. Nice work, Fang. Yep.
Well, you did tell Fang to go.
Yeah, but you didn't have to close the... Okay, work on my commands a bit better. Okay.
Well, you don't think Fang closed it. You sure Fang left before it started to close?
I don't know. I'm wondering about that right now. Okay.
Fang doesn't have paws. That can control levers or wheels.
Could be giant. No, giant one of them. Okay, we'll work it out later.
Or it could just be Hank.
What?
Oh yeah, it could be Hank, yeah. It could be other cats, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so with the closing of the door with a bang and the clicking sound of it locking in place, I'm going to say that is the end of tonight's session. As you're now trapped in a different set of sewers, one that Jasper has never been in before.
So you should probably learn much better. You want to get much better.
As we shall see next session, how you get out of this one.
Badly.
Okay, so does anyone want to add anything before we go to end credits?
Sorry, I put the time.
It is
Maybe,
absolutely hilarious.
Maybe I shouldn't have specialised so much in cleanse. What was it? Cleanse affliction.
Cleanse affliction.
I am not sure where that's from.
Oh, that's my removing the curses and that, things like that. But it doesn't affect drain. It only affects curses, disease, or poison.
It is neither of those.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so does anyone else wish to add anything before we go to end credits?
So, with this ability of yours, you didn't recognise my cuts as being cursed.
No, he didn't.
No, I haven't cast cleanse affliction on you yet.
Well, and why would you? It's not as though I'm cursed or anything, right?
Thrice cursed.
Okay, with him complaining, can I actually cast cleanse affliction on him?
Not this session.
No. It's like... Anyway.
Okay, so remember to note down how many healing fonts you've used today, because I believe it
I've
is
used 3.
3, because that will come in important next session.
Yeah, I've got 2 left on that one.
And Jeremy, did you have any instructions for them to of what to do with Sarthrop as you're likely to be away next session?
Can we bound and gag him so he doesn't throw bloody firebombs?
Hey, he didn't start it.
Didn't start the fire, right?
That's a fair call. He didn't start the fire. He just encouraged it.
I don't necessarily start trying to fight to it, but I didn't start it.
He joined in.
I think it's reasonably well understood as to how Zarthop tends to act. He'll be, if there's any evidence of Thassilonian artifacts, well, he'll be distracted by that considerably. Otherwise, he's quite happy to wander through, and hey, if things start to get hot, well, he'll try to make them hotter.
Zarthop, is this sewer system Arthadian or whatever that bloody style that you like?
Thassilonian?
Yeah.
So, what was Thassilonian?
The sewer system that we're in.
No.
Okay, well, you've never explained what it's
years old?
I don't know.
And then you started him on a nice lecture about exactly where does Thassilonian come from, what they come from, why they found a little interesting, and the fact that, Korvosa's barely been here for what, 1,000 years maybe? Even a few hundred.
Well, didn't you say that that tower was Pathfinder?
That was in Runelords. Only a continent away.
Yeah, that's right. My memory is a sea of weirdness at the moment.
Okay, so in that case, I shall go to end credits. And we shall pick this up in a fortnight and see what happens.
Sounds good.
So does well, I actually am quite happy that I used the cast on to get rid of that monstrosity.